Okay, so Tenacious Earl here, and this is the final round of the 2018 Appalachian Hootenanny from, and I'm already messed up because it's Hootenanny, from Springhouse Country Club in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. We will be using History Maker Golf here to simulate the final round, and yeah, so let's take a look at the leaderboard at the moment. I will try and zoom in here at the top. So what have I done? I have actually played the early groups. So the final pairing has not yet teed off, but I decided to try to get a little bit of a head start so we're not eating up a lot of time here. My plan today is to try and close this. I'd like to get this done in one sitting, so try and limit the distractions and not break up the videos. Just try and do this straight up, straight out, 100% in this video and be done with it. So we'll see how long this takes. So in the first 3 holes, Dustin Tamarack birdied 2 and 3 and has jumped from -10 to -12 and into the lead, looking for his first tournament victory of the year. As I said, Case and Wong, Trent Mcadams, they have not teed off yet. Jason Huffman parred the first and the second. We're about to play the first with that lead group. So, and then -10, you have Evan Aldrich, who parred the first 2 holes, and Heath Summers, who went par, bogey, birdie to remain at even on the round. Now, Martin Van Dyke, Gareth Leonard. Well, Gareth Leonard is 1 under par at -9. He birdied 2 and 3, but then he took a bogey on 4. He had reached -10 at one point. Martin Van Dyke bogeyed 3, so he's 1 over on his round. Same as Corbin Pope, although he bogeyed the first. Palmiro Cavallari is at even par so far. And then you've got Yunli Song. He's off the... Well, I can spread it out here a little bit so you can see. -8 with Bruno Friedman. Bruno took a double on the first. He 3-putted after missing the green, but then he chipped in on 3, and a birdie on 4 brought him back to even par on his round and at -8. Yunli Song bogeyed number 1 and is parred up through hole 5. Just a quick visualization here, if you can see the red marks as I try and fix that. So red, so my key, so this is the key to the, because the course spaces, when you get hole control, the course spaces are the ones that come up most frequently as far as when that comes up, it's, you know, usually if it's in the rough or in a hazard, it's a problem. If it's a course space, it can be easy or difficult based on whether it's daunting. Hi, Phantomatic. Whether it's daunting, whether it's cordial, semi-cordial, yada yada. So this is just a visualization. There's not a ton of difficulty rate or course ratings on these holes. Mostly semi-daunting. So you've got 4 semi-daunting holes right here. 6, 8, 8's a par 3, 13 and 16. So those are par 4s that are semi-daunting. You don't have any cordial. You don't have any semi-cordial. You don't have any full daunting. Now you do have a double cordial hole at 12 that's also semi-direct. So that's an eagle opportunity. See if that comes into play. And then you've got a semi-double cordial 17, and the double cordial designation, if you recall, is if you roll a white 6 with a double cordial hole, you get an automatic birdie instead of the automatic par that usually comes from a 6 on just any other old hole. And now you don't earn a blue chip for that, but you do get the birdie, which is probably more valuable than the blue chip because it's actually actual movement on your card as opposed to just a chance at maybe getting a little better result. Okay, so let's go with Kason Wong and Trent Mcadams as I blow this back out a little bit here. I know it's probably not that easy to see the cards themselves, so we just have to do it this way. And it's really unfortunate. The thing that would be to have like 3 cameras, and I don't have 3 cameras, so. Okay, so Kason Wong at the first. Let's try to go. So what I wanted to be able to do is to go through every hole with you, with that lead group. And so for number 1 at Springhouse, and this is kind of near and dear to my heart because the Allegheny Mountains are basically, for all intents and purposes, the northern stretch of them are where I grew up. It's so this is kind of like the southern part of the Allegheny Mountains. I actually grew up in what would be called the Allegheny Plateau, probably, which is sort of still pretty hilly, but maybe somewhat flatter than that ridge that runs from about the middle of Pennsylvania down through into Virginia. But anyway, they provide the backdrop for the first hole. No bunkers until the green, but beware of the trees off the tee. Course control rating of 3, and Kason Wong will play first. Let's give you a look at his card real quick. Not good off the tee, semi-duffer. That could really bite him in the rear end. But with his irons, he's actually quite competent and has nice touch with the short approaches with that soft rating. Not good with the putter. Also, he's prospect and gilded, so his experience is probably going to be a hindrance if he gets checked for that at some point. And so here we go, number 1. And he right off the bat gets a white 6. He will earn a blue chip and a par. And he is off and rolling. Literally. Trent Mcadams. He gets a 6 as well. So a couple pars on 1, which is actually, in terms of course control, a hole that would favor the golfer a bit. So to get a par there, getting a blue chip helps, but the par, you could be passing up a birdie. Let's see, did anybody get a birdie? Nobody got a birdie on 1 though here, so let's call it what it is. It's not the easiest holes. One moment as I try and I want to fix my microphone here a little bit, so one moment. Somewhat gets in the way. All right, so we're through with 1. Both guys in that lead group parred it, and we're on our way. So I'm going to try and pick the pace a little bit. But it probably won't happen during this stretch, because through this stretch, I'm going to be, well, you know, I'm just going to talk about lead group. So number 7, I think this is what usually happens, and you know what, let's let her die, and whether you can actually roll 24 off of the hole card. And this is course control of 3, so there's a good chance that guys are, and let's see, actually Friedman was the one that had the honor here. He had a birdie on 4, and Leonard bogeyed. So white 5 means that the course control 35 is going to be golf cam course. It's not daunting, so that will leave a clutch birdie putt for Friedman. Now his clutch rating is neutral, so needs a 1 to 3 to birdie and move to -9, and he gets it. Beautiful putt. Unwavering confidence in his stroke, and he buries it. So to -9, 3 behind Emmerich. Gareth Leonard now, and the 2 means that it will be the golfer controlling the hole 1, 2, 5. He is not a bomber, he's a shaper, so then we check Hacker, and that's not on his card either, so he will get a golf cam green. And the decider die means it's going to be challenging, so let's see if the green 2 bites him in the butt. Is it friendly? No. Is it challenging? Yes. It's a clutch putt for par needed. For Gareth Leonard, he could earn a blue chip here. Oh yeah, Bruno Friedman gets a blue chip for his clutch birdie. But now the clutch putt here for Leonard, 1 to 4, because he's semi-gold. And he makes it. Just crosses the lip and dies into the hole, and that will have him remain at -9. I will probably be going a bit quick through this, as quickly as I can, so any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I will try to give you the lowdown when I have an opportunity. Okay, the 6th. Semi-daunting. So, the first of the somewhat tougher holes here. Not too tough. It's going to be dependent on the decider die. The ideal approach is a strong drive over the fairway bunker on the right, helping to avoid the horseshoe bunker guarding the left front of the green. So, sand in play here. Palmiro Cavallari, bogeyed 2, birdied 3, even par on his round, and he will get control with a course control rating of 4. A 1 earns him the opportunity to play off his card 2, 3, 4. It's not direct, and he's not dynamic, so it's going to be right now. And as of right now, he is neutral. So the green 2 is not going to help him because that checks to see if he's hot. If he were hot, he would get a gimme birdie, but instead he'll have a difficult birdie. Difficult is he needs a 1. So he is going to, at -9, he will lag. You know what? He's going to try and make it. He needs a 1. Try and make it. If he misses, he'll have a moderate par. Got to try and move up this leaderboard. And it's a 4, so he misses. Now a par putt. 1 to 5 for moderate, and he makes that. Okay, Yunli Song. White 6, he will earn a second blue chip to put on his pile and take a par. Alright, number 5, par 4, 388 yards. Course control of 2, so this is actually a little bit of an easier hole, just from the standpoint. The golfer will have a decent opportunity to get control of it himself. Large bunker cuts into the right of the fairway, and a dry creek bed meanders in front of the green. I always hate those dry creek beds, right? You don't get any water out of them. Anyway, Corbin Pope. And he gets a white 4, which means it's going to be course controlled. I'm getting a lot of course control in these early holes, even when I was playing offline. So 46 is going to be sand. Fairway bunker. And a green 3. He's not chunky, so that'll give him an easy second putt for par, which he will hole out without a problem. Easy par means a 6-6 miss. In other words, you have to roll 2 6s to miss that. So anything not in that realm, you are holing it out. And a white 5. So again, course control here for Martin Van Dyke. 35 will be golf cam course. Neutral hole 4 means that it's going to be an easy par putt. And so, again, that's what's called the high roll, the 6-6 miss. And he is able to navigate that without a problem. 4th hole, 427 yards, par 4, 3. Now this one a little less golfer control, but still, you know, you've got a 2 in 6 chance. I mean, I guess the white 6 is also considered to be golfer control, even though it's a little different mechanism. But 2 chances out of 5, 40% out of these 5 to be able to get that off of your own card. Straight tee shot that avoids the fairway bunkers is the easiest way towards par. Okay, so it's going to be Emmerich on back-to-back birdies. And Emmerich has extra control off of the tourney perks and issues, so he'll have number 4 in his favor as well on all holes. But he's going to take a par, and now he has 2 blue chips. So Heath Summers now, he birdied 3 to move him Well, actually, what he did is he canceled out the bogey he had on 2. So, okay, he'll have control 135 on the par 4. And he is not duffer and he's not puny, so that's the first check. The second check is if he's utility, and he's not. So, be right now, no decider die, so he's not, he isn't hot. He would be if he, wait a second. No, actually, he's just neutral anyway because he went bogey birdie. Those cancel each other out. But anyway, the green 3 means that he checks if he's cold, which he isn't, so that means it's going to be an easy putt for birdie. Now, easy birdie is different than easy par. Easy birdie and easy eagle, you need a 1 to 4, not the high roll. So, he needs a 1 to 4 to move to -11, and he gets it. Just snakes it in. He will move 1 step closer to Emmerich, who took his easy par, and so we've got 5 guys within a shot of the lead. So the third, 5 degrees of course control, a par 3 that is going to be, the course has the advantage here over the golfer. Maybe a time for someone with a decent card to, of course we're almost through all these guys, but if you have a good iron play off your card, you might want to use a blue chip on this hole, because that's the only way you get control. And you know, par 3s, yeah, that's what you're probably going to be checking, are the iron stats. But anyway, challenging par 3, 205 yards, features a long rectangular green bisected by a dip named the Valley of Sin. Yikes. Okay, Jason Huffman has started his round with 2 pars, and he will be the first to play here. He is okay with, because he's got gold putting, he's okay with the course control here and seeing what happens. But 45 is going to put him in the bunker, and that's not necessarily a great thing. But now he isn't sandy, but he's still going to have a moderate putt for par. So he's got to avoid a 6, and he will remain at -11. Evan Aldrich. And a tough time to roll a 1 on any other hole. This would, or on most holes, this would be off of his card, but instead it's going to be 35 golf cam course. Should get him at least a par out of this. 4 asks if it's a daunting hole on a par 3, and it's not. So he's going to have a clutch putt for birdie. Evan Aldrich gold putting. As long as he can get a 1 through 5, and he does, that is a birdie, and he gets into that cabal at -11. Okay, Aldrich, birdie, and we'll go to the second. And the leaders will be teeing off at 5 degrees of course control, long par 4, 488 yards. Ridge runs the length of the fairway, adding difficulty to the tee shots that stray to the left. In other words, look out. Don't be doing them duck hooks. And 66, a slight chance of water, so look out for that. White 6 and another white 6 for Wong. He'll take a par on a 5 course control hole. Trent Mcadams. That's going to be 25 golf cam course, not daunting, 4 par 4. He's not cordial, not daunting. It's an easy putt for par. Avoid the 6-6 miss, Trent, and he does. Okay, so things are kind of getting tight there near the top of the leaderboard, but Emmerich is still all alone at -12. So we've introed 2 through 7. So I don't need to reintroduce all of them. I'll just introduce 8 next. The second semi-daunting hole that we face, and this has a course control rating of 5, so half the time it would take 2 blue chips to grab control of this hole, so you have to think about whether you actually want to do that or not. 234-yard par 3. The diabolical green on this long par 3 is protected by the course's deepest bunker. So you got to watch out for 13, 14, and 26. Those bunkers will leave you with a much tougher putt for par. Alan Shaw, how are you? So, Bruno Friedman does have a blue chip, but he doesn't have 2. 2 would help you here. You could try to get control of this and avoid the junk, but he's going to take, well, a white 6 also allows you to attack the hole, and on a par 3 that's special because you have the green die equals what that roll is going to be, but in this case I think that is a rather, you know, it's a double difficult putt for birdie. He will take, excuse me, I've got a little congestion in my throat, but he's going to take a par. That's about the best he's going to be able to do. Not worth the risk at this point. So Gareth Leonard. Windy there. Okay, well, does everyone know it? Oh, 13 means it's going to be in the sand for Gareth Leonard. He made a little bit of headway early in his round, but now he's going to not only get in the sand, but he's also going to get the caution symbol, which means 1 degree of difficulty tougher. So 13, sand, and par 3, the green is 5. Is he sanding? He is not. He'll have it goes from a difficult par, it's going to be an X double difficult putt for par. So he's going to have to lag and basically come close to assuming that he gets a bogey. And that's, as long as he doesn't roll a second double, he gets 6s, and he is okay with that. But that's a bogey. He'll drop to -8. Okay, so back to 7. If it's not one thing, it's another. I have this fan going, and I think it's blowing. It was blowing directly into my microphone. So, yeah, it's a myriad of problems with my setup here. So. Palmiro Cavallari. So it's going to be course controlled again, 26, sand first, so off the tee. Green 3, chunky, he's not chunky, so easy putt for par. Probably if I switched my fan to the other side of my setup, it would be better, because it wouldn't be facing the input of these earbuds microphone. But if it gets warm enough in here, I'm going to have to try, because it's just going to get really stuffy and hot. And okay, so Yunli Song will control this. 1, 2, 6. Not a direct green, and he's not stone, so he's going to be mood. Currently doesn't have a mood, and a green 6 is probably going to lead him towards being stormy. Is he sunny? He's not, so it's going to be a difficult putt for par. And he's got to just try and make this. He's 4 back. 1 to 3. And it's a 6. So he's going to be stormy the rest of the round. And he's going to have a moderate bogey putt, which he makes. Drops to -7, and he's quietly slinking off the leaderboard. Okay, well, we'll see, Alan. Yeah, I realized I was getting a little probably sounding a little dejected there for a second. I've been trying to find a solution to my audio problems, and that doesn't cost me $100. But I might have to just do that at some point here. All right, here is the sixth. $100 or more, I guess I should say. 15 leads to golf cam course results. 4 on a par. Course rating of daunting or whatever. This is semi-daunting, so it's going to be daunting because the decider die is yes. So we get a daunting hole. It's going to be a clutch putt for par for Corbin Pope. He's neutral. 1 to 3, and he misses his clutch putt for par. So now he's going to have a 6-6 easy miss bogey, but he is going to drop out of the -9 foursome. And now Martin Van Dyke yeah, it might be a positioning thing too. And there's a white 6 for Van Dyke. He'll take a par. I think I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a minute or two here to try and alleviate the situation, so bear with me. Because if I get it to the point where it is, I don't know. Tell me if that is any better. We'll find out. And be truthful. Be honest about it. If it's still a little bit noisy, I can try and work it again. But I think just getting some air moving in this room will help me. Okay, so Heath Summers, back-to-back birdies, coming to 5, and a good chance to take control of this hole on his own. But he doesn't. A white 5 means it's going to be a look at 12, and that's in the rough near the green. He's going to have to scramble for par. Green 5, is he a master? He's not. He's going to have a difficult par putt. So Summers looking good. Then he runs into a little bit of a trouble spot here. And he misses the par putt, the difficult par. So now he'll be left with a moderate bogey putt. And it's a 4, so the work he put in getting up to -11 has taken a little bit of a shot there at 5 on a hole that you wouldn't expect that necessarily to happen for him. And now Dustin Tamarack, the leader. He's got 4 degrees of course control with his extra control. Or no, 4 degrees of golfer control. It's cut down to 1 course control. And he gets control 146. Legend or dynamic, and I've got this covered up because I want, and he is semi-legend, doesn't have the dot at all, so he is not legend or dynamic. I play it that every golfer trait is covered by a single roll of the decider die, and you would have to re-roll only if you check the hole. So then, is it a firm green? It's not, so it'll be right now. Right now he's semi-hot and does not have a dot, but the green 1 helps him. So at a par 4 with a 1, it's going to be, is he cold? He's not. Gimme putt for birdie. He's going to extend his lead to 2 as long as he doesn't botch this gimme birdie putt. That's the 6-6 miss, and he gets a 1-6, but he does make it 3 under pars so far. Reaches -13, and he is feeling it now, folks. Par 4, 4th. It'll be Jason Huffman and Evan Aldrich. Aldrich first. And 56 golf cam course controlled here. Green 1 on a par 4. Cordial? Nope. Is Aldrich laser? He is not laser, so he's going to have a clutch putt for par. Should earn a blue chip. 5 out of 6 chances for this. In the hole. Earn his par, earn a blue chip. And remain 1 under on his round, 11 under on the tournament. Jason Huffman. White 6. And he will earn a 3rd blue chip. I think this is 3 in a row for him getting the white 6. So he will take that. Case and Wong now at the 3rd, par 3. I neglected to mention here an interesting course here at Springhouse where the front 9 is actually a par 34. No, which actually I kind of like. You get par 70 courses can be a little bit. I feel like they're a little bit buzzkill because you get only 2 par 5s, and so you know, the par 5s I feel like are action holes at most courses. Tough courses, they stretch out the tees and they're really 3-shot holes. But see, this is a nice way to do it if you're going to have a par 70 where the front 9 ends up being all 4s and 3s, but then the back 9 you get basically a par 72 style where you do have 2 par 3s, but then you have the 2 par 5s, and these are both reachable in 2. So I just wanted to remark that. I forgot to earlier. But anyway, Wong will be first to play here. Par 70s are often par 72s that have had 2 of the par 5s shortened just a little bit so that they can become par 4s and make it tough for the... So 35 golf cam course, 2, not cordial, not daunting, so easy putt for par. There are some par 70 courses that are only par 70 courses for major tournaments. Just because they're trying to... And really, so all that really does is just change a little bit of mindset and not really... Doesn't really change the way the hole plays. You're just... so 12, sand... 1-1-2, if he had control of this hole, that would have been a pretty good roll. You'd have probably a moderate putt for birdie, but instead it's going to be in the sand on a 5 degree of course control. Green 1, he should be able to have a chance at holing this out, though. Good lie. He's not chunky, so pin shot with the green 1. Reroll the white die. Needs a 1 and then a decider die that's a yes to get a pin. It's going to be 6. It's going to leave him a difficult putt for par, needing to stay 2 back. Needs a 1 to 3, and he gets the 1. So the die comes to his rescue there. So I'm going to try and play this in 1 fell swoop. Try and get this all in 1 sitting. So. Bear with me, but I'd like to try to get this wrapped up this morning. Got stuff going on later today, and might mean my stool kind of leaves some marks on my derriere. But anyway, number 9, course control of 2, so a potential to get some birdies here for good golfers. Short par 4 that offers the best opportunity for birdie on the front 9. If you get golf cam green, it's going to be a friendly green. That's going to be helpful. Bruno Friedman. And it's going to be course controlled again. 16, that's rough off the tee. Some funky rolls here early going. He needs to be a master, and he's not. He's going to have a difficult putt for par. So Bruno at -9 needs a 1 to 3. He's going to spend one of his blue chips to make it at least 1 to 5. And he's glad that he did it because he gets a par, and he is at 33 on the front, 1 under par so far on his round. And it's not always great to use a blue chip to get a par, but I think he would have bogeyed it if he had taken the 5. And who knows? Then you roll the easy double or the easy bogey, and sometimes that just comes up and snaps your tuchus right in the back end, and then you're looking double bogey. 166. This will be golfer controlled for Gareth Leonard. Not a yeoman. Is he stormy? No, he wasn't arrested for any seedy nightclub stuff. So goes to experience. He is an icon that will help him regardless. But this is going to check to see if he's a prospect, and he's not a prospect. So he's got a gimme birdie chance. Just what Gareth Leonard needed. He's been kind of stuck down here at -8, and that's a birdie. Move up to -9 with the other guys. So that puts him at 1 under par and ties him with his playing partner. So they've completed the front. Palmiro Cavallari. Tough par 3 here. 234 yards. 36, and he finds the rough with his tee shot. Just scoots off the green. Green 1, he's got a chance to knock it in here. Not a workman, so pin shot. Will it hit the pin? Will it dive in? Will it end up close? Oh, he's got a chance at a birdie. Needs a decide or die to be friendly. Oh, and it isn't, but he'll have a gimme par. And we have tripped 2s, but that's a par. So almost holes out, but finishes real close in. So Yun Lee Song. 14. That is bunker and off the tee, and that's his follow-up par putt's going to be 1 degree of difficulty tougher. Green 6. It won't be, because this is going to be. He's not sandy, so he's going to have a double difficult putt for par. You can't get any tougher than that. He's got a lag. Hey, try in. So there's the lag, and he almost has one of those magic rolls that causes you a problem on the lag, but he will still have his easy bogey. So Yun Lee Song at -6, he is 7 back in dropping. So our 3 tournament winner has met his match here today, and that's Springhouse Country Club. So it will be Martin Van Dyke at the 7th. He'll get control with that 1, so it's a 3-4-5. And I like, thank you, I appreciate the compliment there earlier of the dulcet tones. I don't know if I'm that dulcet, but Martin Van Dyke is going to experience a pushed shot drifting towards the rough, which is going to be a gallery groans. He's going to get that blue chip eaten up by that. So let's see if he can recover for par after that confidence dinger. Workman, he's not a workman, so difficult putt for par for him. Needs a 1-3, and he gets it. Needed to be calm there and just follow through with his routine, not get quick with the stroke, just push that ball towards the hole, and it was to be. So, and Corbin Pope, he has absolutely no traits on his card. His card looks very bare, which just means he's basically an average golfer, but white 2 means we'll go 2-4-6. He's not a duffer, and he's not a champion, so it's going to be experience, and he's nothing. And the green 6 is going to check icon. and that's not going to help him. So it's going to be a difficult putt for par for him as well. And he needs a 1 to 3, and he gets a 4. So now a moderate bogey, 1 to 5. He'll make that, but he's going to fall down to -7. Back-to-back bogeys for Pope. Should have said his prayers or went to confession or something this morning, Corbin Pope. Dustin Tamarack. He's with 2-shot lead. He's going to just go ahead and let the hole dictate whatever's going to happen here. And a white 4 helps him. It would help him as well, but this is a 356. Well, he's in the sand. Green 2 should bail him out with at least a decent recovery. Let me check. He's not sandy. Easy second putt for par, though. And he's good to go. Still 300 on his round, -13 for the tournament. Okay, Alan, I'm going to try to be here the rest of the morning and finish this out. So, see you in a bit. Green 6. It's a gimme par. He'll take it after bogeying 5. So your leader's still Dustin Tamarack, 2 ahead, but with everybody at -11 still to play, correct? Yes. Evan Aldrich first here. Another white 6, excuse me. He's going to take a 3rd. Yeah, he's going to stockpile that. Sometimes when you've got 2 blue chips, you can actually attack the green, and if you get the number of favorable rolls are decent, where if you get the right roll, you could use those 2 blue chips and have a chance at the gimme birdie. But let's keep going here. Jason Huffman, his control 1, 3, 4. Probably going to be short game check, I'm thinking, but let's see. Not direct, not hacker. So experience, and he is a prospect, so this is going to whoop him because it's a odd, well, it's the prospect really hurts you altogether. But this is he a prospect? It means a difficult putt for par. He's going to go for it here. And he misses, so now a moderate bogey. He'll make that one, but he's going to drop to -10. So there's a case where we didn't use a blue chip on a par, and he drops a stroke. But I'd rather keep those blue chips for birdie opportunities. Case and Wong. His control 466. Case and Wong's not a shaper. Is he hot? Nope. He's right on the deal there, and he's a prospect, so this is not going to be, he's going to have a tough time finding any love here. Experience 4. Is he an icon? He's not. So he'll have a double difficult putt for birdie. Now, using blue chips, the best he could do is moderate, so he is going to... He's going to try to get a double difficult. He needs a 1 and a decider die. He also would earn another blue chip if he were to make it. And it's 4 and decider die, so that leaves him a difficult putt for par. He's going to use a blue chip to make it moderate. And he makes that. Didn't need to, but that would be the strategy, would be to try and make a double difficult putt for birdie and earn another blue chip. But here's Mcadams. He's going to have a clutch putt for par with the white 6 plus, or you know what, he's going to attack the green. he will attack the green here. So par 4, he'd rather attack the green than try a clutch par putt because he's a 1 to 3, only 50%. So we re-roll the white die, and what does that bring up? It's a 1. That will leave him a moderate putt for birdie. And he will use his blue chip here and make it easy. So now a 1 to 4 would earn him a birdie. And it's a 3 in the hole. And he turns the tide here and moves within 1 of Emmerich. So going from a 50-50 chance at a par to a 66% chance at a birdie, that's worth a blue chip, I would say. But some would argue probably. Sometimes you just got to play it and hope. Okay, to the back 9. The 10th hole. The principal's nose. 2 bunkers set in a depression of rough protect the middle of the fairway. So little chilled refreshment. Here is Gareth Leonard, 385 yards, course control number of 2, so a chance to get control, and he does here, par 4, 1, 5, 6. He's not a legend or a bomber, and he's not a hacker, so it's going to be mood. He doesn't have any mood, so I think the last time he had a mood check, I think he rolled. Green 1 will help him here. I think he rolled, he lagged, so if he did. Someone did. I've been trying to keep notes here of who. It might have been Yun Lee Song. Anyway, so the green 1, is he stormy? No. Give me putt for birdie. So, and he makes it. So that's back-to-back birdies for Leonard to -10. And if I made bad notes and he is stormy, then I apologize, but oh, and that means that he is actually sunny at this point. So you got 3 stormy golfers and a sunny golfer. Course control 36 in the bunker, green side. So green 4 is going to be sort of a middle of the road check here. He's not chunky, so it's going to be a moderate putt for par. So reasonable chance of converting here. Needs to avoid a 6, and he does. So Friedman at -9, Leonard at -10. Back to 9. Cavallari, Yun Lee Song close out this front 9. And it's going to be 36. That's in the rough into on this for Cavallari with a white 5. Well, is he a master? He is, because he's got this decider die saying yes, so it's going to be an easy par putt. He avoids trouble there, being a semi-master, so an easy par putt rather than double difficult. And it's in the hole, right? It's double difficult if he's, yeah, he's double difficult if he's not master. In this, on this opportunity, he shoots 34 even par on the front 9, stays at -9. So Yun Lee Song, who has hit the skids here, almost out of contention. Now he'll get control 2-2-3. Semi-legend and a dot, so he will earn another blue chip as the gallery cheers a beautiful tee shot. So, and then 2, is he is a champion. He'll have a gimme birdie. There you go. Gets a blue chip. Use the green die 2, champion. he is a champion. So Yunli Song finally finds pay dirt here and a chance to maybe clean up a little bit of his mess, and he makes the putt. So disappointing front nine, 36, 2 over par. But maybe a glimmer of hope here is he's got some blue chips and he is on a birdie streak to start the back nine. So to 8, it will be Martin Van Dyke. Yeah, the white 5. It doesn't matter really. A white 6 is the only respite on this hole for anybody. 12, rough first shot. So green side rough for work. He's not a workman, so it'll be a moderate par for par. And the moderate putt for par is a 1 to 5. And he drains it. And Corbin Pope, who is on the Yunli Song track of things, at least what Yunli Song was doing, he'll get a par and a blue chip there. That's going to cancel out this red one. So front nine to forget for him, but navigates a tough 8th hole with some prudence. So to 7, it will be the leader, Dustin Tamarack. He's got 2 blue chips, and he will, and an extra degree of course control. He'll earn another blue chip. He will stockpile them. Probably should put in an order with Keith for some more blue chips, and red chips, because I could use a whole new pack of them at some point. So Tamarack with a par remains at -13. But I'm the type of guy that does like to stockpile them. And oh, he misses out on a special result. Instead, it's going to be 11. Rough on his approach. So, but then a green 1 will help. Not a workman, so he'll have a pin shot. So a little bit of what do you want to call it? Bittersweet. I don't know. That's not the word I'm looking for, but that's okay. Moderate putt for par after the pin shot. So 1 to 5, and he makes it. Okay, Evan Aldrich at the par 4 6. Like I said, a lot of par 4s and par 3s in the first 11 holes, and then you get some more interesting stuff down the stretch. So 55 golf cam course. This is going to be daunting though for Aldrich. This is he maybe should have thought about using blue chips to take control. 2 on the par 4. Cordial, daunting. Yes, it's daunting. It's going to be a clutch putt for bogey. Does have a chance to earn another blue chip, but he could also lose one if he misses this. 1 to 5 makes it, so he'll get a blue chip even though he bogeys. And he will drop to -10, but he has he started the day with 1 red chip, and he's got 4 to his name. So down the stretch, he could convert some daunting holes into, or he could just change. He could improve some putts. He could improve 2 moderate putts to gimmies with that. So here is Jason Huffman, and he'll get the control that Aldrich would have wanted there. 1 2 4. Not a duffer, not a firm green. So golf cam green is your arrow, and it's a 1. Not challenging, and he's not scatter. He's going to have a clutch putt for birdie. And he is full on gold. He can earn a blue chip and get a birdie here and get back to -11 as long as he's 1 to 5. And it's in the hole. So we've got some guys here that have some blue chip capital to trying to get them stacked up here. to use later on. Huffman birdies. And so it's going to be Wong and McAdams. McAdams with the birdie there to get to -12 on the last hole, but he's spent all of his blue chips now. 66, rough off the tee. Green 2, is he a master? Semi-master, no dot, so no, he's not. He'll have a moderate second putt for par. Could have had a chance at a birdie. But a moderate par putt needs to avoid a 6. And he does. Now Kaysen Wong. This is Kaysen. Speaking of dulcet tones. Also a white 4. 13. Also rough off the tee. Other side of the fairway. 4 is going to be Workman. No. Moderate second putt for par is for him as well. Got to avoid the 6, and he does. So, all right, we are inching our way along here. We're at about the hour mark. So, just a little station identification. This is the Tabletop Baseball Plus network here on YouTube. We are at the 2018 Appalachian Hootenanny, which is a golf tournament on the Tenacious Golf Tour. It's being held at White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. You've got Ma and Pa and all the kids out here on the 11th, and Ma and Pa's parents too. They have the same parents, but that's quite all right. They're all out here watching Dustin Tamarack. Quite a culture change for the Englishman, being out here in sort of the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. You know, he had always wondered who liked Mountain Dew, and I think he found he found the crew here. But speaking of people who like Mountain Dew, but you know, anyway, this is the 11th. Challenging green, 5 degrees of course difficulty, so this is a hole that's going to not see a lot of birdies. Cutting the corner on this dogleg will reward golfers with an easier and shorter approach shot. Hopefully I didn't lose any followers of this channel with my obvious yet probably poor attempts at comedy. Gareth Leonard. He's probably Scottish, I'm guessing, but I don't have the sheet in front of me here. 23, it's going to be bunker. The bunker, as he would probably say. Bunker off the, no, bunker green side, right? 23, bunker green side. Is he sandy? No, he's a master, so it's going to be easy putt for par. And he makes it. We haven't had any, you know, knock on wood, we haven't had any unkind rolls yet. Bruno Friedman. 25. Every roll except 6 is going to be course control. So 25 is rough tee. 1, is he a workman? He's not, so he's going to have a wow chance. This could give him an opportunity at a birdie here. So let's re-roll the white die. He'll get another blue chip. Starting to run out of them. I'm going to need to tell these guys they got to use some. But re-roll the white die. So if anybody's wondering, this is the wow chart. So if you get a green 1 on these hazard rolls, as long as you don't have like a really bad like workman rating or whatever, you get a chance at this, which is even an eagle chance. This is basically a great shot out of the rough. A white 5, that's going to be a moderate birdie putt. And Friedman at -9. He is, So it's going to be 1 to 2. He's going to hold on to blue chips here. He's going to decide that he needs to make birdies on his own, and you try to use those blue chips later too. So if he can make a birdie here, he would still have those blue chips to his name. But it's a 6, and you know what? If we had, we don't even know, because we would have had to roll a second one if we had used both blue chips. But that's a 6, so that means he misses. And now an easy par is going to be the 6-6 miss. And he does make that, so he'll par. Could have had a good chance at birdie there if he used those blue chips, but then it might hamper him down the road. So that's the kind of strategy that not sure whether to save for the future or use in the moment. Course control of 2, and Yunli Song rolls at 5, so it's gonna be 16. Golf Cam course. At least it's not a daunting hole. White or a green 2, cordial no, daunting no. Otherwise, easy putt for par. And he will make a par. It's been a rough day for him. Did birdie 9, but that's a hole that he wouldn't expect to have to use blue chips to take control of it. So a 3 means that means that Cavallari will have control 1-5-6 on the par 4. Not a legend and not a bomber, so, and he's not a hacker either, so it's going to go to his mood, and he is currently moodless. And it's going to check if he is stormy, and since he's moodless, he's going to have a moderate putt for birdie. And that's a 33% chance. He could lag it, but he's, actually I don't even have any. Well, if he lagged, it would be a gimme par, and he would not end up stormy or anything. But let's roll it out here. He needs a 1 or a 2, and he gets a 3. He will be stormy the rest of the round. And that will leave him an easy second putt for par. He'll make that. He'll stay at -9. Okay, Martin Van Dyke. They're getting ready to finish out their front 9 here in this group, and another 5. White 5s have been all over the place today. 46 Golf Cam course. So he kind of gets that break a bit. It's not a cordial hole. Is he a laser golfer? Semi-laser with a dot. He will have a clutch putt for birdie. Now, he is not the best clutch putter. Semi-rust needs a 1 or 2 to make this. And he gets a 3. He'll earn a red chip, but he'll end up with his par, most likely. And he does. 35, 1 over par on the front. He remains at -9. Not a great start to his round. Corbin Pope takes a real active role in his Catholicism here on the Tenacious Golf Tour. So it'll be his control 1, 2, 4. Is Corbin? He's not a duffer, and it's not a firm green, so it's gonna be Golf Cam green, and it's friendly. So hey, this has got some promise. Green 1. It's neither challenging nor is he scatter, so it's going to be a clutch putt for birdie. Now 1 to 3 for him because he's neutral, and he misses. Everybody's missing these clutch putts here in this part of the round. Now an easy par. Oh, and almost misses that, but he does. So a 37, 3 over par on the front for Corbin Pope at -7. Really needed that to get himself back in the mood, in the right spirit, and instead he's seen grabbing his rosary beads. So Dustin Tamarack. He gets a white 1, which means this is a hole that's not going to help him. So 24 in the rough off the tee. Hasn't been able to make any more headway after the birdie at 5. 2 pars in a row, and it's probably going to be a par here. So rough in 1, green 5. Is he a master? He is a master, so he'll have an easy par putt. So that significantly improves his chances of holing out that par, and he does. Heath Summers. He's also in the rough off the tee. Green 3, he's not a workman. He'll have a gimme putt for par. Gimme, gimme, gimme. In the hole. So Jason Huffman got a birdie at 6. And he's going to hold on to those blue chips. He'll control 135, par 4. Neither Duffer nor Puny, and he's not utility, so it's right now. And right now with a dot, he is hot. The green 5 is not going to check that. It's going to check if he's cold. So it's going to be a moderate birdie putt. And this is where he will use blue chips. He'll turn the moderate into gimme using 2 blue chips. Put this one back for Jason, and so that's going to make it a gimme birdie putt. He would move to -12 as long as it's... Oh boy, that's so close. Almost misses it, but he makes it. Does. It kind of made one of those little around the hole and ducks in the other side. So he is now 1 under par on this round, but 2 birdies in a row. And Evan Aldrich, control of the hole, and it's going to be in the bunker off the tee. Green 2, is he sandy? He is sandy, so he'll have a wow chance as he knocks one out of the bunker, the fairway bunker, and it's on course. It's looking good here. He earns a blue chip, and it's going to be difficult putt for par after all. So it just kept rolling and rolling. Well, he is going to take his chances on this 1 to 3, and it's a 5. So now it's going to be a moderate bogey, double bogey, and just sours his round. He should have used those blue chips. You try to avoid using them, and then you get a confluence of bad rolls, and that's just bad luck for Evan Aldrich, and he drops to -8, and he's 5 back. So that's the way this game works sometimes. That's the way golf works sometimes. Sometimes you can't just take the break out of a putt or whatever effectively, or you try and it doesn't work. Trent Mcadams still 1 behind, and it's going to be course controlled 12, and that will be bunker with the second shot. Green 1, he's not chunky, so he'll have a... Wait a second. What did I do? Oh, man, I messed up. I messed up. I looked at the pin. Let's just hold on to these dice for a second. Evan Aldrich. I'm sorry, Evan. I messed up. He got a wow, and then I checked the pin and not the wow chart. So let's do this right. He was in the rough. The wow chart 6 is going to be a difficult putt for birdie. So he misses the birdie putt. Then he has a moderate par. He missed that. And then so this was a bogey. So he drops to -9, not -8. So, and now we go back to Mcadams. The green 1 gives him a shot at the pin. So I'm glad that I realized that I was I looked off the wrong chart. So here's Mcadams. Now he gets a 6. So that is a difficult putt for par. He needs a 1 to 3 and he does get it. But yeah, so it's nice when you can remember things after you realize you did. Some of these charts can just get a little bit, you get thinking the wrong way. 2-3-3, it'll be Case and Wong having control of this. We'll see if it helps him. It's semi-daunting, so it should. 2-3-3. Is he king? No. Oh, it's going to be short game check. Green 3. Is he soft? He is soft. Going to have a pin chance. Going to have a chance to knock it in the hole. Can he get a good white roll here? It's a 5, so no. It'll be a moderate putt for par. 1-5. And he misses that, so now an easy bogey. But Case and Wong loses a shot to the field. And, all right, so let's just take a short moment here to take a look at the leaderboard. It's Dustin Tamarack at -13. Trent Mcadams, Jason Huffman at -12. Then you have to go back to -10 to find Heath Summers, Gareth Leonard, and Case and Wong. You have, and then you have a quartet at -4, or -9, excuse me, 4 behind. And I'm not going to list them. We're just going to go ahead and keep moving. So again, trying to get through this round in one sitting. Well, I said one sitting. I'm currently standing, but I'm trying to manage the nerves in my posterior. Okay, so to 12 with this lead group of, you know, the first group, I would say, in our that we're following, Gareth and Bruno. So here we go with the first of the interesting holes. As you can see here, you don't have any water showing on the card, but now we don't have any hackers, so that would be 24 would get you in the creek if you were a hacker, but none of these guys are. But this is a semi-direct hole as well, so a chance at eagle because of that. Creek splitting the far end of the fairway won't be in play for most golfers. In other words, it would be for you or I, but for these guys, they're much too proficient. So Gareth Leonard, first to roll. He does not want a white 5 here. Well, it could be worse, but he'd like to get it off his card here. Oh, so this is the... He's going to have a clutch putt for birdie here, and he couldn't get a blue chip either way, but I guess he could get one for making the clutch birdie putt. And that's what we will do, because he gets the white 6, but then he gets 2 6s on the... let's see, what does attacking the green get you here? Did you get even an eagle chance? No, never an eagle chance. So clutch putt for birdie. He needs a 1-4, and he makes it. So Leonard gets to -11. We will give him a blue chip because it was a clutch putt. All right, Bruno Friedman. Also, he will just get a straight up birdie. Move to -10. Double cordial hole, white 6 gives you a birdie outright, so he will take his pudding. So, okay, to 11 with Cavallari and Yon Lee Song. It'll be Lee Song with birdie at 9. And 13, Golf Cam course, left-sided fairway here. So let's see if he can. Yeah, and then the green die 4 gives him an easy putt for par, since it's not daunting. And he converts it. One moment as I'm going to try a little something here. Okay, trying to rig up my microphone a little bit differently here to try and give me a little more in front of me, because I'm currently, I just have to make sure I don't get the cord dangling in front of the camera. But now I'm going to sit back down again. Okay. Oh, man. And Cavallari here. Oh, it's going to be 11. It's in the sand in 2. So, green 4. Is he chunky? Nope. It's going to be a moderate putt for par. And I was going to say, we haven't been meaning to say we haven't had any high rolls coming into effect here, but he does. We've had a couple of 5s, 6s, so everybody comes away unscathed on 11. It'll be Martin Van Dyke at the 10th. And he will have control 144. Is he a legend? No. Champion? Yes, he is. He'll have an easy putt for birdie. Doesn't have a blue chip to make it easier, but he does make the birdie putt. So in the hole, he will get to -10. And that brings up Corbin Pope. He says a Hail Mary and then lets out a grunt as he swings 1, 3, 4. It's not direct and he's not a hacker, so it's going to be an experience check. And the green 1 helps him there. That will check to see if he's a prospect, and he is not. So he's going to have a gimme birdie putt. He could try to bleed off that red chip to make it easy, and he could have. That green 4 still would have been easy birdie in that range, but he does make the birdie putt, and Corbin Pope gets 1 back. Finishing out the front 9, Summers and Emmerich. Emmerich first. Extra control. He has control of this hole, even though it is a white 4. 1, 3, 6, because he has extra control. 1, 3, 6. See what that brings him. Not Duffer, not Scatter. Is he Hero? No. It's going to be Mood, and he is currently without Mood. Green 3, Stormy, no. Easy putt for birdie. He's going to make it gimme, and he's going to take a 2-shot lead again, raised to -14. As long as he can make the putt. Oh! He is going to be Stormy the rest of the round, and he misses the gimme birdie putt. So Emmerich now with a gimme par. And of course then he gets one of the lower rolls out of those 3, and still 31 on the front's nothing to shake a fist at, but it could have been much better. Hey Al and Heath Summers. I mean, that's been Emmerich's luck the whole tour season. It seems like he gets into position and then he gets a roll like that just derails him. 3, 6, 6. Summers controls. Shaper. Yes, he is. He'll get a blue chip. And that's a gallery cheer, but then a green 6 is going to make it kind of a... He's not a hacker, but he's going to have a difficult putt for birdie. Summers will try and make it. Needs a 1. Using the 2 blue chips, probably not the best gain of percentage. And well, if he would have, he would have gotten it. But yeah, it's a risk. So now moderate par for Summers, and he makes that. He could have used that one the last roll. So even par 34 on the front. He's still at -10. Emmerich still in the lead at -13. Okay, Jason Huffman with a birdie, back-to-back birdies. He is one back of the lead, and he is at the semi-daunting 8th. He will use a blue chip here and then roll the decider die to see if he can take control of this with 1 or 2. Yeah, he only needs that 1, so he can take control of this hole. So we will check it off his card. 335. Par 3. Is he a hero? Nope. It's going to go to mood. Well, he doesn't have any mood. Guess what? This is the same situation that Emmerich had. Par 3. Is he stormy? No, it's going to be an easy putt for birdie. Well, he's going to have to do the same thing. He's going to use the other blue chip that he has. Make it gimme. He could tie the lead here if he makes it. This would be a really ironic, and he makes it a really ironic set of circumstances. So 3 birdies in a row for Jason Huffman, and he rises into the lead with Emmerich, who gets burned by the same strategy, tactic, whatever you want to call it, mechanism. So Evan Aldrich, he is in need of some movement, and he can get this with only the 1, so he takes control of the hole on this semi-daunting par 3. 4-5-5. Let's see if he can work himself a birdie chance out of this. Is he a champion? Nope. So it's going to be experience. Semi-icon, no dot, and it's going to check if he's an icon, so that's going to probably leave him a moderate par putt, I'm guessing. Par 3 with a 4. Icon, no. It's a double difficult putt for birdie. So he has no advantage in making it other than getting the birdie. He can't get a blue chip for making that double difficult because he spent one earlier, so he's just going to lag this. And he leaves himself an easy par putt using the lag rule. And he makes that. So the final group, it's going to be McAdams, one behind the pair of leaders, Emmerich and Huffman. And course control 66. He's in the bunker. But a green 1 will help. Bunker in 1. Bunker in 1. He's not chunky, so he's going to have a wow shot. Get a blue chip. And let's re-roll the white die and see what comes up. A 2. That's great for him. That's going to be an easy birdie putt. He can use the blue chip he just earned. That's a gimme. And he is going to join the leaders. Trent Mcadams, Jason Huffman, Dustin Emmerich. 2 mainstays on the leaderboard and one who's just coming into his own. Case and Wong. 13, sand in 1, par 4. Green 5, is he sandy? He's not. He's going to have a difficult par putt. 1 to 3, and it's a 6. So moderate bogey, as long as he doesn't get back-to-back 6s. But now back-to-back bogeys on consecutive holes drops him 4 back, and not looking so great for Case and Wong. So let's again just kind of reset this leaderboard. I'll zoom it a bit. Dustin Emmerich in the lead. Jason Huffman, Trent Mcadams as well. 3-way tie, and then 2 behind Gareth Leonard, who is in that first group that we're watching here. He's He is now 3 under par on his round and is trying to make some noise from the sort of back markers coming up, emerging contending stuff. And let's see what else. Then you've got Heath Summers, Bruno Friedman, Martin Van Dyke at -10. We're heading towards the hour-and-a-half mark of this video. Again, I'm just trying to lay out here that I'm trying to do this in one sitting. And that way we have one video hanging out there on people's subscription lists instead of 4 or 3 or whatever. So the 13th is a semi-daunting hole with semi-challenging green, 5-degree course difficulty. So it's a beast of a hole. Home to a bunker nicknamed, bunker feature nicknamed the Alps, protecting the green. So it must be pretty stark dunes right around the bunker. So, well, these guys both birdied 12, which is, it's double cordial. It's a easy task, but it's going to be Gareth Leonard to start, and he's going to hold on to the blue. Well, let's see. What does he have? Does he have 3 or 2? 1, 2. He's going to see if he needs 2 blue chips to take control of this, and he does, so he will, and he might as well do it now that he's going to take control of a 5. Oh, I need to zoom out a little bit again here. Apologies. There we go. So he has control of this hole, 4-6-6, par 4. Should, in general, mean better results, but you never know. 4-6-6. Is he a shaper? He is. Now, he used blue chips, so he can't get another blue chip, but he will go into the gallery cheers. He's not a hacker. He'll have a difficult birdie putt. Needs a 1. You know, he's been lucky. He's going to try this. He would end up with a moderate par, which is a 1-5. So now he needs a 1-5 for par, and he makes that. So par is the 13th, and using blue chips to get pars isn't necessarily a great. Now Bruno Friedman, so he's going to take the opposite approach. He's going to hold on to his blue chips and see how that works out for him. And guess what? He gets another blue chip as he gets a par. So that's another thing when you use blue chips to take control of a hole, is you eliminate the chance of you earning another one. Excuse me. You're probably hearing my guzzling of my drink. I was getting a little parched here. So, okay, so to the 12th. I love the eagle chance par 5s. Actually, I think the thing I like more than that are eagle chance par 4s. I think that's why I like Avenel, because there's one there. It's a tough eagle chance, but you do, if you need an eagle, you can take a drive at it. But Palmiro Cavallari, Yun Lee Song, it'll be Lee Song first with a chance here maybe to get a little closer. He's semi-bomber, so he's the type of guy that could take advantage of this hole. 1-2-5 on the par 5. He'll have control. Bomber or direct green. Well, he isn't bomber this hole. He's semi-bomber with no dot, but it is direct. He's going to have a moderate putt for eagle. That's just what Yun Lee Song needed after a really tough start here. He will use 2 blue chips to take it from moderate to easy to gimme. He will have a gimme birdie putt. So in a sense, what it is, it's probably the same length as a moderate birdie, but instead he has lots of confidence. He strokes it, and it's in the hole. That is an eagle for Yun Lee Song, and he gets to -9, and he's still pretty much on the outskirts of the leaderboard, but maybe that will you know, supplement his confidence and give him some more down the stretch here. So, Palmiro Cavallari. Course control 23. Golf cam course, so this should at least get him a birdie, you would think. Par 5, green 2. Cordial, yes. So it's going to be a clutch putt for birdie. Now he's 1-3. Not a great chance. 50% chance. And he misses. And he'll have an easy par putt. So the first par on this hole, as everybody else, is either birdied or eagled in the groups we've seen. And Cavallari stays at -9. Misses an excellent birdie chance. So it's going to be Martin Van Dyke next. Challenging green here on 11. 493-yard par 4. 36 rough with his second shot, par and a green 4. Not a workman, so it'll be a moderate putt for par. Needs a 1-5, and it's in the hole. Could have shed that red chip there and still made the par. Could also shed the red chip on the birdie putt. Wait. What was I saying? Yeah, never mind. I was thinking about something else. Never mind. Corbin Pope. 16. It's in the woods. So that's the first tee shot we've seen find the trees. And let's see, is he a master? No. Easy second putt for par. Well, you can try to burn this red chip. That's going to make it moderate. It needs to avoid a 6. Oh, how about that? Oh, man. Easy bogey. He'll make that one, but Pope needs to pray a little harder, I guess. And I say that completely tongue-in-cheek. But anyway, Dustin Tamarack at the 10th, finding himself tied for the lead. White 5, so he will not have control on this. It'll be the hole, but 34 is going to be golf cam course. Green 4, no, not cordial, not daunting, so easy putt for par. And he's already had one of those miss, so you wouldn't expect him to have another high roll flub, but you never know. Heath Summers also will be a golf cam course, and this will be 2. It's neither cordial nor daunting. It'll be easy putt for par. Okay. To the 9th. And leader Jason Huffman, co-leader, has the tee. He's on back-to-back-to-back birdies here. Well, he won't birdie this one, but he will take an easy par, a gimme par, and close out his front 9 with a 32. 2 under par, a good start to his round, and it'll be Evan Aldrich now. And still, it does. It's going to be 11. It's going to be bunker with the second shot, and a green 6 to boot. It's probably the worst roll you can have. No, it could be in the third shot, I guess. But chunky. No, it's going to be 6. Is he sandy? Well, he is sandy, so he gets an easy putt for par. I was thinking that he would not be able to meet that high criteria, which is that you need to be sandy, and he is. If he wasn't sandy, he would have had a double difficult putt for par. But he will get a par. And he is at 35 on the front, 1 over par at -9. And we're going to finish out this one. And I'm just going to take a quick break to just get up and walk around for a second. I'm going to keep the video going, so hang in there with me. Trent Mcadams now. No blue chips to use, just hoping to survive this hole. 24 in the rough off the tee. Green 2 should help him. Is he a master? Semi-master with a dot? He is. He'll have a pin chance. Should at least have a par putt. And it's going to be moderate, so needs to avoid a 6. And he does. Now Case and Wong with the... Hi, Alan. Welcome back. 12, also rough in 1. Not a workman, so he'll have a gimme par putt. And with this, I will just take a quick minute or 2 break and be right back for the conclusion of this. We've got 5 holes left for this lead group. And so just to reset, I'm not going to zoom it in much at all here. I'm just going to point out it's Emmerich, Jason Huffman, Dustin Emmerich, Jason Huffman, Trent Mcadams. They are your leaders. Gareth Leonard, 2 back. Heath Summers, Bruno Friedman, Martin Van Dyke, 3 back. And I'll be back in just a moment with the conclusion of this tournament. So hold on. Okay, so stretched out the legs a little bit, kind of getting my bearings straight here. And getting your bearings straight is not just a body of water in the northern stretches of the earth. I'm going to grab a soda just a second here. I'm kind of tied up with these. This microphone. You would probably laugh if you saw my current setup. I feel like I'm wound around a like a dog wound up around a chain link fence or something. Okay, so here we go. The stretch run. 14th hole. Course control number of 3 accurate golfers capable of avoiding the bunkers will have a chance at birdie on this short par 4 dog leg left. I will say I thought about adjusting some of the difficulty on this course. We're not going to get anywhere close to -16, I don't think, but you never know, we might. We might, because we got guys at -13 and we've got birdie holes on the back, so maybe we will. We'll see. But where are we? We're at 14, and it's going to be Gareth Leonard to be the first to tee off here. And he is going to have control of the hole with 5, 5, 6. Is he a legend? No. And he's not a hacker, so he'll go to experience. He's an icon. The green 5 is not the greatest of rolls in this case. He checks if he's a prospect. He's not, so he's going to have a moderate birdie putt. Not the greatest of chances, 1 to 2, so 33%. Oh, and he makes it. Gareth Leonard putting in a nice round here. 4 under par on his round. He moves within a shot of the lead. How about that? I was definitely not expecting that. And he gets one heck of a roll. And he is on one heck of a roll. Birdied 4 out of the last 7 or 6 holes, excuse me. And he's got a good chance in this. Could put up a good score and put some pressure on those leaders that still have some difficult holes to play. Of course, they also have some really easy holes to play too. Bruno Friedman. Well, it's going to be course control 25. Golf cam course. It's not daunting, so he should have at least a par putt here, and he does. It's easy. Should pose no problems, and it doesn't. Okay, back to 13. Yun Lee Song. Maybe those guys up there at the play convention are finally, maybe they're getting up there a couple hours behind us here. It is, I guess, probably 7:12 there, so I don't know if any of them could be potentially watching this. I have 2 people watching currently, but that just got stuck to my hand because I'm just getting a little sweaty. Course control 26, golf cam course, semi-daunting with a yes is going to cause a problem for Yun Lee Song. Green 5 and a par 4 is a daunting yes. Double difficult putt for par. So he just made eagle, and he is going to have to give back a stroke here. He's going to lag. Oh, and he just about got double sixes, which would have decreased the lag effectiveness, but he will end up with an easy bogey, and he makes that. So he wipes out that eagle with a bogey on 13. He'll drop to -8 Cavallari. It looks kind of hard to get going. Well, what it's hard to do is, I don't know what you mean by hard to get going. Yeah, I mean, if you're just playing rounds of golf, it's probably pretty straightforward. If you want to do tournaments, then yeah, you probably are going to have some prep work that you need to do. I mean, I've kind of immersed myself in a world here that's a little, yeah, tournaments. Tournaments, if you just, it depends on the amount of realism you want. If you just take the 164 golfers that come in a set and say, I'm going to use them for the tournament, every tournament, then I think it's probably pretty easy. You know, if you're going to try to set up a tour where you want qualifiers and all this stuff, then it can be, there can be some setup that you need to do, but it just depends on the level of, like I said, realism slash, anal retentiveness that you tend to have. So, course control 22, golf cam course. Now it's going to be daunting again. So Cavallari hits this hole when maybe the wind's blowing a little harder, and so as it daunting it is, he's also going to have a double difficult putt for par. And he's going to have to do the old lag or Rooney. And now the easy, he makes it. Easy bogey, and Cavallari drops to -8 along with his playing partner. So they have a tough hole here on 13. Okay, 12. Martin Van Dyke. So the scoring hole. Can he boost his chances here with a birdie? Heck, maybe even an eagle. Well, he is going to get a white 6, which means it would normally be a write-off birdie, but he's got 2 other 6s, which means then you have a clutch putt for birdie. What he's going to end up doing here instead, because he's a semi-rust guy, he is going to attack the green here. He's 3 shots back. He's kind of at that place where you might want to try and get a little bit greedy, and he doesn't really have, but the thing is, you'd rather attack the green when you have blue chips to your favor, but he's got a red chip. He'll earn a second red chip if he misses that clutch putt. So, you know, what do you do? Do you try to make the clutch putt? You basically have the same chances at the clutch putt as you have at a moderate birdie. You know, you may end up with a difficult par putt in the process. Let me see, what's the other? So it checks to see if he's semi-mastered. Has the dot. So that would give him an easy birdie. That's if he rolled a 5. Basically, if he rolled a par. He's gonna go for it here. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna attack the green. Can he get a 5? A 5 would really help him out here. It's a 1. That's moderate birdie. That could be worse. So he'll have a moderate birdie chance. He needs a 1 or a 2 on this roll for a birdie. Then he'd have an easy par. And he makes it. Now he doesn't earn he doesn't earn a blue chip, but he does get a birdie out of it. So he rolls 2 1s in a row. And so he will raise to -11. Wow. So he attacked the green and it paid off. I don't do a lot of that because the odds seem against your favor, but in this case, he kind of didn't have much to lose because his clutch putting rating was pretty off in its own right. So so now it'll be Corbin Pope, who has no traits on his card, with controlling it with 2, 4, 5. Let's see. He's not a legend, not a champion, and he's going to end up short game. Green 2 will be of some help. He's not stoned, so he'll have a pin opportunity. Chance to maybe knock it in. Can he do it? And if he gets the decide or die he has, he sure could use it. And he does in the hole. Curls its way in, and so he gets a birdie. So we've played 6 golfers have played the 12th, 4 birdies, an eagle, and a par. So that's pretty much your definition of easy. So Alan said that he made a set of player cards for an amateur tour, and the top 12 go into the main tournament on the same course. So he plays 2 tournaments at each course. I mean, that's a great that's a great what do I call demonstration. Just talking through that of, you know, just because we do the PGA, you know, you have the PGA Tour as a model in real life, doesn't mean that has to be the way you do things. You know, there's all sorts of other sports that are around there that are out, you know, that do things in different ways. You know, you could do something. I mean, this kind of sounds like what Alan is doing, but you could say, you know, the top 20 golfers automatically get into the final 2 rounds, and then you could make everybody else play, you know, do the first 2 round, you know, cut, and then you know, things like that would really somewhat skew it. But I mean, that's just because it's just it's just not the way that it's done currently. But you know, you have sort of a blank canvas. I mean, you could just use your imagination and just have a lot of fun, do whatever you feel like is the thing that would most suit you. So Dustin Tamarack to the 11th, and he'll take a par. My hands are kind of they're perspiring a little bit here. They've been handling dice for the last 2 hours, almost. Heath Summers, he also gets a white 6, so he'll take a par there as well. To the 10th. So with this one, we will get to the emerging contender roll after these next 2 groups. So it's going to be Jason Huffman first, on the 10th, starting his back 9. Whoop. Oh, crap. Knocked over Aldrich's chips. Huffman did have 1 blue, I'm pretty sure. So, white 5. I hope he had a blue. If he didn't, then now he's got one now, and Evan Aldrich has been gypped a blue chip. Maybe he grabbed into his back pocket and pulled a blue chip out. 23 is going to be in the rough in 2 for Huffman. Huffman in the lead. And a green 6 is going to be pretty much a disaster here. Double difficult putt for par. He's going to lag and he's going to fall out unless he can get double 1s and a decide or die helping him out. And he doesn't, so now just the easy bogey that we've all come to know and love. And so a bogey for Huffman after he ran off 3 birdies to get into the lead. He drops to -12. Evan Aldrich just has not gotten it going. And he's going to hope that he can get a white die in his favor here. And he does, but it's 5, 5, 6. Those can be high rolls. Those high rolls cannot necessarily be the greatest. So 5, 5, 6. Legend? No. Hacker? No. He's going to go off experience. Semi-icon with a dot. So with a green 5, it's going to check prospect. So he'll have a moderate birdie putt, and this is what he's saving his blue chips for the most part. He can spend 1, 2 to take moderate to easy, easy to gimme. And so he should reach -10 with notwithstanding a potential 6-6 miss, but he doesn't have that happen. So going back to 9, and we have the final group closing out their front 9. And so everybody will be on the back at this point, and it'll be Trent Mcadams first, tied for the lead with Emmerich. Golfer control 446. You usually want the low numbers. You love double 1s most of the time. That'll give you almost be assured of a moderate putt for birdie. But 446. Legend or bomber, semi-bomber dot. He is a bomber. He gets a blue chip, and the gallery cheers. Green 4 is the next check. Is the utility? No. He'll have a moderate putt for birdie. He's going to hold on to the blue chip. Needs a 1 or a 2. Good thing he didn't use it, so that leaves an easy par putt. And he almost misses that, but he closes it out with a par on the front 9. 32, 2 under par, and tied with Emmerich and Case and Wong, who's gone in the other direction. He's 2 over par on his round currently. And it's going to be course-controlled 12 in the sand with his second, and that's been the way it's gone for him. Green 2, is he sanding? No, so it'll be an easy putt for par. And it's in the hole, but he has a 36, 2 over par on the front, and -9 for the tournament. So, well, I need to do just a little, I want to do just a touch of leaderboard maintenance at the moment. So, just going to move things to the right a bit. So just bear with me. You have Dustin Emmerich and Trent Mcadams as your leaders at -13. -12 is Gareth Leonard and Jason Huffman. Huffman bogeying here recently to fall out. So we're going to go to the 15th. Another 5 course control. Bunkers surround the green, make it challenging for golfers who find them to save par. You can see right here, you get that the lie in the bunker cause you to be a little farther away from the pin. But what we need to do first, before we get going any further, is to check our emerging contenders and what roll we get for that. So, how many rolls? So what are we at? We're at Dustin Emmerich, who is at 3 under par. Trent Mcadams is 2 under par. So if you check here, if you're between 2 and 4 under par, we get to roll once from this chart. So we roll 2 of the dice. We're going to roll white and green. If the ascending order starts with 1, we get an emerging contender. If it starts with anything else, then we just continue on. It's 26, so no emerging contender in this tournament. So no emerging contender. Okay. So that settles that. Those guys that were the big bunch at B in the rankings won't be a factor in the leaderboard as we close out. Okay. We're getting down to the last few holes here in effect. And my microphone rigging here has started to kind of fall apart because I've been moving around. So give me a second. Okay, hopefully this will last me for the remainder of the tournament. We'll see. So 4 holes left for this first group of Leonard and Friedman. They've held their own pretty well. Leonard within a shot of lead. He's had a nice back 9, but he's out of blue chips now, so he's got to either start stockpiling some. He'd love to get a 6 on this par 3. Friedman could use a blue chip to take control of this hole if he wanted to. But Leonard will be first to play. And he gets the white 6. How about that? So he'll take a par. I don't think that would be a favorable attack the green roll. But here's Bruno Friedman. And 3 shots back. He's going to use a blue chip. He's going to take control. You can't get it through a regular roll. So he's interested in seeing if he can swing himself a bird dog out of this. 3-4. 3-3-4 on the par 3. Well, he is not a champion. He's a hero, so he's going to have golf cam green, and the green is basically neutral. Par 3. Is it a challenging green? It's not. So he'll have a clutch putt for birdie, and he's used 1 blue chip. He can use a second and get himself from neutral putting to gold putting. And he didn't even need to use it. He would have made it regardless. But let me see something here. Evan Aldrich must have parred 10. I forgot to write down his score. Got in a little bit of a hurry. Okay, so no emerging contenders, Alan. We get 1 roll because the leaders are between 2 and 4 under par. So we only get 1, and the roll was 26. So that is a negatory, good buddy. Okay, so both Cavallari and Lee Song bogeyed 13 after that easy 12th. They got a little acclimated to the ease, and then the tough 13th had got a little piece out of them. So Yun Lee Song is going to be the first to tee here, and he'll get a blue chip and a par. Palmero Cavallari. Well, he'll also have a white 6. Well, that will cancel out the red chip. Okay. And we have not had any guys fall out of the leaderboard. How about that? You know, we've haven't had that happen yet. Okay, Van Dyke and Corbin Pope to this semi-daunting 13th that got bogeys out of both Cavallari and Lee Song. White 2 golf course control, and that's in the rough with the tee. The green 2 he should find that to be... Van Dyke should be able to navigate that pretty well. Master, he's a master. He's going to get a wow chance, so this is even better for him. So he gets his red chip neutralized by the blue chip he gets for the wow. We re-roll the white die, and it's a 5. That'll be a moderate birdie putt, but that's at least gives him a chance. He needs a 1 to 2. And it's a 3, so he won't get it, but he will have an easy par, which he converts. Corbin Pope. And it's going to be 46, so he is in the brush. Finds the woods with his tee shot, and then a green 5. Not a master, so he's going to have a difficult second putt for par. So that's going to be 1 to 3, and he misses that. Now a moderate bogey, and he misses the bogey, and he's going to double this hole. And his day, there's the double ones, but that's too little too late. So he's going to go to -6, and that's 7 back with 5 to play. I'm going to take him off of the... We're going to play him as out of contention. So Pope is with the double bogey. Actually, hold on for a minute. I got to go take care of something real quick. I will be right back. Okay, so that's when I wish I had some, like, kind of funny commercials. Not really commercials. Although, if I could get somebody to pay me to put them on here, I would absolutely do it. But maybe then I could afford a good audio setup. But no, I had to take care of some laundry, so I wish I had some sort of prank commercials of, you know, have you experienced numbing in your fingers when rolling, you know, I know, stuff like that. It's kind of, I don't want to be, don't want to be disrespectful, but on the other hand, I wouldn't mind being able to provide you guys some entertainment while I have to be distracted by real life. So here's Emmerich, and he's going to be course control 26. That's going to be golf cam course. Well, he gets the benefit of the decider die being a no, so not daunting for par 4. Cordial no, daunting no, easy putt for par. So, as long as he doesn't get a 6-6, and he doesn't, he pars, and now he has 7 straight pars after gaining the lead. Steady Eddie. Heath Summers wants to press a little bit here. He's going to see if this is a daunting hole for him or normal. And it is daunting. He will use his second blue chip, and now he can't use any on the putt. But he's going to take control of this hole and try to give himself a chance at a birdie. 1-1-2, and he will probably have a chance at it. 1-1-2. Is he cold? Heath Summers is neutral, and he's not gilded. A moderate putt for birdie. So he needs a 1 or 2. Can't use the other blue chip here because you can only use 2 on a hole. 1 or 2 he needs for a birdie and to move to -11. And he gets the absolute highest roll you can get. So that leaves an easy par, which he makes an adventure out of. It looked like it was going to miss, but it just snuck into the hole at the very end. And okay, we'll go to 12. Okay, we've got Jason Huffman. Bogeyed the last hole. Evan Aldrich up. Birdie hole. Can these guys jumpstart their round here with an eagle or something to that effect? Evan Aldrich, a semi-bomber with a chance to do that if he can get the right roll. 1-4-4 on the par 5. I don't know if that does it or not. Is he a hacker? He is not. Is he a champion? He is not. He'll have a moderate putt for birdie. And he is going to use his remaining blue chips to make it a gimme. And he got to 12 there, but that is good. That is a birdie for Evan Aldrich. He gets to -11. Would like to birdie without having to use blue chip if you can here at this hole. If you could get an eagle, blue chips are not too bad, but you just have to take what you get. Jason Huffman, course control, 34. It's Golf Cam course. With a cordial hole, this should be no problem at all. Cordial, yes. Clutch putt for birdie for Huffman, and he's gold. He should earn a blue chip out of this, as long as he ends up 1-5. And he loses a blue chip as he misses the clutch putt, and he's going to have to settle for par here. Missed opportunity to get back into the lead. That's not going to set well with him. And what did I do? I goofed. Oh, man. I really goofed. You know what? I went and took care of my laundry, and then I forgot something. I forgot to change the card. Oh, goodness. So Heath Summers used 2 blue chips to take control of a hole he didn't even play. He'd have played... Let's see. Can I... What am I going to do here? So they played 13, and Aldrich and Huffman, you know what? We're just going to have to do it this way. They played out of order, so it's not a big deal. It's just, it's kind of too bad. So we'll just do this in a little different fashion. So what I did is I forgot to change cards, but now forgot to change the whole card. So Summers and Emmerich played 13 instead of 12. So I'm taking their scores from 13 and moving them from 12 to 13. So now we will play them on 12. And then I took Huffman and Aldrich, who played 12, and I put their scores that they earned in 12, and then we're going to play 11. So it's just changing our thinking because they're going to have a little different numbers of chips, and that's going to potentially hurt Summers, but yeah, well, just have to deal with it, you know. It's That's the way it goes. 1, 2, 5 here for Emmerich. This should be a good hole for him. Bomber or direct? Yeah, he is a bomber, and it's a direct, semi-direct hole. That's going to be a moderate putt for Eagle, and he can use blue chips here. He's going to use 2. You can see the space between them. That makes it a gimme Eagle putt. He will move to -15 if he makes it, and it's in the hole. He doesn't miss this one. Eagle for Dustin Emmerich. And so through 13 now that he is at -15. Not the way I want to do it, but I don't like having to play these out of order, but trying to do the most equitable. And this kind of bothers me. So we just rolled Heath Summers. He will have 2, 4, 6 on the par 5. He's not a duffer. He's not utility. Is he champion? He is. He'll have an easy putt for birdie, and he would only have to use 1 chip anyway, so that's good to get from easy to gimme. And so as long as he makes that, he will rise to -11. So at least as far as that goes, we aren't burning blue chips that we didn't need to burn, or we cost him a chance to use one somewhere where he might have. So Evan Aldrich will be first on the 11th now. We have to have them play the 11th because they... And what we will do is we will have... I don't know. Let me see. All right, so Jason Huffman and Evan Aldrich. So Evan Aldrich first. And the other good thing is, well, I'll mention it here after we get done with this, because if it doesn't work out the way I'm thinking, then I won't mention it. 35 sand in the first here for Aldrich. Green 2, he is sandy. He's going to have a wow chance. So he gets a blue chip here. And we roll the white die on the wow. And it's a 2. That's going to be good. That's going to be an easy birdie putt. And he'll use the blue chip he had to make it gimme. And he makes it. So he will have back-to-back birdies after 13. And he is at -12. So... And barring Huffman getting, actually no, there's nothing. I mean, barring him getting an eagle here, then everything would be okay. The honor would be the same for both holes, and everything is going to be a-okay. Like I said, barring some kind of an eagle, and he's not going to get it with being in the bunker in his first shot, probably. Well, he could. He's going to get a wow chance because he's not chunky. So we re-roll the white die. If another white 1 comes up, it's a 2, so he'll also have an easy birdie. He doesn't. Oh, and he had a blue chip. He will use it, and so that will be gimme. And he makes it on a 5-6. So he does join Mcadams at -13. And of course, we still have to see what Mcadams and Wong are going to do here on 10. So then we're just going to have to skip Summers, Emmerich, Huffman, and Aldrich for one time around because we just played a little bit out of order there. But that's okay. It's not really going to... Should all be fine. So Trent McAdams, 2 back of Emmerich, who eagled 12. Here we go. Special result for McAdams. And so on the par 4, we get trips. Let's keep the decider die is this, just for the moment. We're going to roll 2 D6s here, and we go with level 1 first. 13. Blown birdie putt prompts irritating comment from the gallery. Moderate putt for par and stormy the rest of the round. So McAdams is going to turn stormy. And he's got a moderate par putt, which he misses. The crowd affected him. Now he's got an easy bogey, but that is horrible luck. He will move to -12. And he is definitely a little off his, you can't, you have to know what you're dealing with here up here in the Appalachian hills. They can be a little irritating at times, and they got under his skin there. So Emmerich is in great position right now. If he can just navigate the final 5 holes that he has, -15. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to skip them this time around because we're one ahead. But, okay. Do we have any... Okay, we do have a semi-duffer here. Do we have a yeoman? I don't think we have any yeoman right now. This hole, 16, Case and Wong will have to watch out for it. If you roll a 5 and he gets into 33, that would be water. But so, successful tee shot over Swan Lake leaves an easy approach and a good scoring opportunity. So as long as you don't put it in the drink, you're... Okay, so Gareth Leonard will wait for Friedman to finish up. Friedman first. And then he is going to have control. 46, he avoids the water. Not he will. The course will have control. 46 avoids the water. A golf cam course. Finds the fairway. Hits it into the green. And he'll need a clutch putt for par. So with that green 3. Oh, wait, no. It is... I assumed that it was nothing, but it's semi-daunting with a dot. So it's a daunting hole. He's going to have a clutch putt for bogey. So Friedman... he's going to have to use... Well, he's just going to... Yeah, he's going to have to use it because he wants to be gold, give himself the best chance of making the bogey putt, and he makes the bogey. So, trying to speed up a little bit here. And so, this is a really nice hole as long as you can stay off that white 5. And Leonard does. 1-4-5. Par 4. He's not duffer nor gilded, so it's going to be short game check and a green 1. Is he soft? No, but he'll have a pin chance. If he was soft, he would have knocked it in. It's a 5. It's going to be a moderate putt for par, 1-6. And he makes it. So, back to the 15th, par 3. Well, we're going on 2 hours and 20 minutes here. I'd love to get this in under the 3-hour mark, but we'll see. It will be Yun Lee Song still with the... He's going to take control of this hole. He's got a good card. Wants to improve his position. 1-4-4. He's out of contention for the most part, but not far enough. Although I probably could pull him out with Emmerich being -15, but we'll stick with it for now. Is he a champion? He is. That's going to be an easy putt for birdie. He will use his other blue chip to make it gimme, and it's in the hole. Yun Lee Song to -9. Let's double check. So that means he'd be even par on his round so far. 2 over, even. Yep. Okay, so Cavallari. And it's going to be 15. Golf cam course, green 1. Not cordial. Is he laser? No, Cavallari's not. He'll have a clutch putt for par. Needs a 1-3, and he makes it. So he earns a blue chip. So Van Dyke and Pope at the 14th. Van Dyke with his par will have the honor. Corbin Pope's going to be going off the out of contention roll chart. Van Dyke with an 11. Sand with his approach shot to the green, so going to have to get up and down. Green 4, not chunky, so moderate par putt. And that's a 1, 2, 5, and he makes it. And now Corbin Pope on a neutral hole. A 6 is going to be a bogey. So he's really had a rough go of it. So 13 and 12 have already been played because of my snafu. So we jump right to Kaysen Wong and Trent Mcadams at the 11th. Kaysen Wong with the tee as Mcadams bogeyed. Oh no! One moment. Goodness. Well. Okay, so apologies, I dropped my decider die and definitely needed to get that back into where I need it. So fortunately I found something else I had been looking for over the last week, so kind of a serendipitous discovery. Okay, so it's going to be 16 in the woods off the tee here at 11 for Kaysen Wong. Green 1, is he a workman? He's not, so he's going to have a wow chance. He will earn a 3rd blue chip and maybe a chance to knock one in here close with his approach. But he doesn't get that, so it's going to be a difficult putt for birdie. Well, doesn't have much to lose at this point. He's going to use 2 blue chips. Make it easy. Needs a 1 to 4. And it's a 5. That's the kind of day it's been for him. So now a gimme par, which he does make, but disappointing round for Kaysen Wong. Trent Mcadams finds himself 3 back after a bogey and Emmerich's birdie. And it's going to be 46 in the rough off the tee. And he gets a green 1. He'll have a wow check. And he will earn a blue chip. So can he have better luck on the white die than Kaysen Wong? He gets a 2. That's going to be an easy birdie. He will use a blue chip to make it gimme and get a shot back here. Okay, so the final group has 7 holes left to play, and only one guy in that group, Trent Mcadams, is within distance of the lead. He's at -13. Dustin Tamarack, 2 groups behind him in the lead at -15. Jason Huffman in the group between those two, also at -13. Gareth Leonard, who is has had a nice round. Still finds himself 3 back, along with Evan Aldrich, who has 2 birdies in a row. So some potential. And now we get Gareth Leonard to the 17th, which is another scoring hole, maybe the last scoring hole on the course. Although 18 isn't bad either. It's doable. So double cordial, semi-double cordial hole. So half the time it's a easy birdie. Half the time it's still a birdie hole, but maybe long but reachable for par 5 with strategically placed fairway bunkers to keep the golfer on their toes. So probably a downhill hole, and Leonard will have the tee. Two, 5, 6. I don't think that's the roll that he would want when he has control of the hole. Let's see. 2, 5, 6. He's not a legend. Is it a direct green? It's not. So it's going to be a short game check with a green 5. That's also not ideal. Is he soft? He is not. So it's going to be a moderate putt for par. And so in a scoring hole, needs a 1 to 5, I mean, and he makes that, but that's a wasted opportunity to put up a score, maybe minus 13 or who knows, maybe even minus 14. Bruno Friedman, 4-4-5. Friedman is not hot at the moment, and he's not cold, and he is gilded. He'll have a difficult putt for par. Finally, a gilded check that comes up. So 1 to 3, and he makes it. So par is that, but they have 1 hole left to play. Okay, Cavallari and Lee Song. Lee Song with a birdie on 15. And he's got to hope for no white 5, and he has control 4-4-6 or 4-6-6. Shaper? No, he's a semi-bomber. Is he hot? Semi-hot, no decide or die, so it's going to go to experience chart. Green 6, is he an icon? He is. So that is going to leave him a moderate birdie putt. Not the greatest chances. 1 to 2. And no go there, so that leaves him with an easy par. He will have to settle for that, which he does. Palmiro Cavallari, minus 8. Could be in on the outskirts of contention. Actually, if he bogeys this hole, we'll probably play the last 2 holes, him out of contention. But he has control of this 1-6-6 on the par 4. Yeoman, he's not. Stormy. Cavallari is stormy. Angry shot falls short of the green, and he comes up with a short game check. 1, is he soft? No, so it'll be a pin shot still. Would have chipped it in if he were soft. But a pin shot, 4, that'll be a moderate par attempt. 1 to 5, makes it. Okay. So we've got Van Dyke to the 15th. 4 back of Emmerich. And that's going to be 24. Rough off the tee. Green 1, so should get a wow check here unless he's got the workman. He does not, so he'll earn a blue chip, and we will see if he can wow the crowd here with a great shot in. And we roll the green die now because he gets a white 1. It says re-roll. I just roll a different die. We roll again. If it's a 1, it will be an eagle. It'll be a gimme putt for birdie regardless. And it's a 3, so a gimme birdie putt. So he will move to minus 12 unless this comes back with the worst roll he can get, and it isn't. So birdie for Van Dyke at 15. And, whoa, 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 whoa. This is a par 3. I can't do that. Just a second. Pin shot, he had a 1. Well, hold on. We may still have a birdie. So, pin shot. So that was a pin shot roll. I'm getting a little confused here. Trying to be fast, and when you're fast, because you're recording stuff. So, he had, instead of a wow, he had a pin. Now, we still rolled the 1. Instead, I rolled a D6. We should be rolling the decider die. If it's yes, then it's the birdie. And it is, so we're going to still give him the birdie, but he doesn't get this blue chip, because you don't get one on a pin shot, but he does get the birdie on the par 3, and all is well in the world. And now out of contention, Pope with a 4 on a normal hole is going to be a par. Okay, so when you're playing fast, it can also be good to double check yourself and try to keep a... If you've got a decent memory, it helps too, because I just hate to mess things up too much. Okay, Dustin Tamarack here at the 14th. You are going to make mistakes, but... Okay, so he'll have control 3-3-5, par 4. King. He's not a king. Is he a hero? He's not a hero either, so we're going to go to experience now. He's an icon. It's going to check if he's a prospect, and he's not a prospect, so it'll be a moderate birdie putt. He's going to take his chances on a 1 or a 2. It's a 3, so it'll be an easy par. And no problems there for Emmerich. Heath Summers. Just past the 2.5 hour mark, by the way, if anybody's keeping track. 155 for Summers. Also off of his card. Bomber or Duffer, he's not. Champion, he is. Easy putt for birdie. He doesn't have any blue chips. Needs a 1-4. And he gets it. So Summers joins the group at -12, and we've got, if Emmerich starts to falter, we've got some guys there waiting in the wings. So Huffman and Aldrich. Aldrich on back-to-back birdies. Uh, 12 rough in the second shot, and he's going to have to scramble, except he's got a green too, so that should be a pretty fair attempt at a... So is he a master? No, he'll have a moderate par putt. So 5 out of 6 chance, and he makes it. Jason Huffman now. At the semi-daunting hole, and he will take... Well, let's see. What does green 4 get him if he attacks? 2 behind. Probably not the greatest thing. Difficult putt for birdie. Doesn't have blue chips. He's going to take... Give me par. Okay. To 14, and it'll be Mcadams, who birdied 11. Now he gets to play the 12th. Would love to find... He's semi-bombered. You got a chance if he can get the right roll here. It's also semi-direct. It's going to be 2-2-6, and this is not going to help him because he has the decider die saying no. So 2-2-6. Is he yeoman? He's not. Shaper? No. Champion, and the decider die is no, so he's not a champion either. It's going to be experience. Now, he isn't a full icon. Experience on the par 5. Is he an icon? Yes, moderate putt for birdie. He's going to take his chances. 1-2 makes a birdie. Tries to hold on to that blue chip. And he makes it. Back-to-back birdies from Mcadams. He draws within 1 of Emmerich. I'm going to have to do a little adjustment of the leaderboard in a second. So Kason Wong now, 2 over par on his round, just kind of floundering around here, and he rolls a 3-4-6. He's not a bomber, he's not utility, and it's not a firm green, so we're going to go golf cam green. It's not a friendly green on this particular playing of the hole, so par 5-4, friendly no. challenging no, clutch putt for par. And he is rust. He's got to use the blue chip just to get to 1-3. And he makes it for par. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to make Cavallari out of contention. I'm going to take -7 and -8 away from this. -9 is at 6 back, and but I want to make room for -16 because I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to get there and maybe even further. We got some holes ahead that are reachable, doable, birdieable. Okay, so there's -16, and we'll put -17 way over there. I think you can barely see it. So everybody's played 12. On 12 we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 out of 12 birdies, 2 eagles, and 3 pars. So that's what you call a hole you like coming to on the course. All right, so Gareth Leonard, Bruno Friedman coming to the 18th. Leonard has a chip to use. He's going to go ahead and take his chances and hold on to that chip. You know what? No, he's not. He's going to use it. He can use it to take control. He won't have anything to take out difficulty, but he may get a chance for birdie out of this, whereas I think the chances of birdie are pretty low, and with a 44 he would have been rough, and then a green 3 probably not. So we go to 3-4-4 on the par 3 chart. So par 3 to end this. Okay, you know what? I haven't been introducing the holes so much. So 18 is a par 3 featuring a large ridge running through the middle of the green. If a ball finds a greenside bunker, exceptional sand play will be needed to save par. So on the par 3, a 3-4-4, he takes control. Is a utility? No, so it's going to be experience. He's an icon. Green 3. It's going to check prospect. He's not a prospect. He's an icon, so he'll have an easy putt for birdie. Needs a 1-4 to post a -13 score, and he makes it. So Gareth Leonard in the clubhouse, -13. That's probably not going to be enough, but that is, let's see, 4 under on the back, 32 and 33, 65, 5 under par on the day. Started at -8, so that's a minus, well, let's see, started at 202 plus 65, that's a 267, -13. So a good finishing round, 5 under par there for Leonard. If he could have started a little higher entering the day, maybe he has a chance of winning, but I think he's going to come up short. All right, so it's going to be golf course control 15. That's going to be golf cam course 3. Is it cordial? No. Is it daunting? No. Clutch putt for par for Friedman to close out his round. Needs a 1-3. And he makes it. So par for him. And he was 1 under on the back, 935 and 33, 68. So that will be at 2. Is that right? Let me see. 1, 2, 35. So that puts him 270. That's -10. So he was a little better off than I gave him credit for right there. So must have moved him back a little too much at one point. So we've got that first group done. Now to 17. Yun Lee Song. not going to be his tournament here, but he could move himself towards a top 5 finish if he could get an eagle here. Let's see if he has a chance. 1-4-6. Golfer control. Is he a legend or a bomber? With the decider die, he is both. He will get a blue chip. And the gallery cheers a great tee shot from Lee Song, now a 4 on the, let me double check, I think that's going to be, yeah, on the par 5 gallery cheers. He is not utility, so he could go for it if he wants. That comes off of this chart, and with him being so far back, he's definitely going to go for it. Re-roll the white die. If you get a 1 or a 2, you get another blue chip, and you get a chance at an eagle. It's a 1. He'll have a moderate putt for eagle. Go for awesome on green and 2 moderate putt for eagle. And he has 2 blue chips. He will use them both. That will give him a gimme putt for eagle. And he sinks it. So Lee Song with 2 eagles on the back. And he moves to -11. And what could have been a 2 over par 36 on the front derailed his round. But he has really put it together on the back. Cavallari, 1 lone bogey for Lee Song on the back, but Cavallari out of contention. Semi-double cordial. Let's roll the decider. It's not. It's going to be cordial for him. And a 6, and we re-roll the decider die. Actually, no, we keep it, because since it's the hole we rolled the second time, we're just going to say that's a. Actually, no, we're going to say this is on the golfer, right? That 6 is a golfer roll, so we are going to roll this again, and it's still going to be par for Cavallari. Okay. 16. Martin Van Dyke. Uh, 1-2-2 on the par 4. Only 1 degree of course control on 16. Not a duffer, not a hacker. Moderate putt for birdie. Needs a 1 or a 2 to move to -13 and tie Leonard in the clubhouse. And Huffman still on the course. And it's a 3, so no luck there. So that leaves an easy par putt, which he holes out. Corbin Pope out of contention. Semi-daunting 6 is going to be a bogey. Keeps getting worse for him. Okay. The leader, Emmerich, comes to the par 3, 15th. It'll be Summers playing first. 5 degrees of course control. Tough hole. Emmerich could take control of this hole if he wanted. And he may just do that. Summers with a 56 Golf Cam course. Should be, it's not daunting. It's going to be a birdie chance. He is gold. He could get to -13 with a 1 to 5 and would earn a blue chip. And it's in there. So Summers, birdies, back-to-back birdies here. 3 under on the back. Trying to snake his way up the charts here in the closing holes, and you got some birdie holes here to do it. Dustin Emmerich will. He gets if he could get a 4 here, he'd have control. He's going to hold on to the blue chip. And he gets a 4. It's going to be his control. 1-4-6 on the par 3. He has extra control. Is he utility? He's not. It's going to be experience. He's an icon. Green 1 helps him immensely here. He is getting some good juju today. He's not a prospect. He has a gimme birdie putt. Short little tap in. Can he make it? And it's in the hole. -16 for Emmerich. Just keeps going lower. An eagle at 12. A birdie at 15. -16. And he has a 2-shot lead over Trent Mcadams, who will be playing the 13th. So first we're going to check in on Evan Aldrich, Jason Huffman. Aldrich at minus 12. Can Emmerich finally do this? He's looking like he's on his way. 1-1-3, par 4 for Aldrich. Is he scattered? He's not. Is he hacker? No. Moderate putt for birdie. Doesn't have any chips. Needs a 1 or 2 on the re-roll of the green die. And it's a 6. So easy par. Not a problem. Jason Huffman. Another white 2 means golfer control 3-4-5, par 4. Well, that is going to eat up his blue chip, as that is a groan of a shot off the tee. And we go to the green 5. Workman, no. Difficult putt for par. So that hole went awry for Huffman, and he misses that. So now a moderate bogey, and he makes that. But that is not a bogey you want to make when you're in that mix for second or third place. He drops to minus 12. So Trent Mcadams, back-to-back birdies, reaches 13. And he will not have control of this. 46 is going to be in the woods off the tee, and a green 6 is going to make the worst of it, I think. Unless he is a master. Semi-master, no dot. He's going to have a double difficult putt for par. And so he's going to have to lag this guy, which he does, and that leaves him an easy bogey putt, and he's going to drop a shot. So these guys behind Emmerich are stumbling down the stretch, while Emmerich just seems to be getting better. So Case and Wong now really at the edge of contention. 24. Oh, it's not only in the sand with his second shot, he will get an extra degree of difficulty on the putt coming back. Is he sandy? He's not. So it's going to be an X moderate putt for par. So 1 to 5. He'll make the par. Okay, so one group in, it should pick up, the pace should pick up just a little bit here as we start getting other groups coming in. Leonard finishes at minus 13, but he's 3 back of Emmerich. Emmerich, I feel like you just keep it between the white line and the yellow lines, and you're going to get this thing home in one piece. But we've said that before. So Yun Lee Song coming off an eagle at 17. No blue chips. Can he find a birdie here? Help him salve over this tournament. So a white 2 means it's going to be 2-3-6 on the par 3. Par 3 closing hole. Congressional is also like that, if you are familiar with that course. Is he a hacker? He is not. 2-3-6. So it's going to be experience. And a green 6 with an icon means he is going to have a moderate birdie chance, and he's just going to have to take that. 1 to 2. Can he get a birdie here and move to minus 12 and finish out a nice back 9? And he gets it. What a back 9 there for Lee Song. Only 1 bogey. 2 eagles, 2 birdies, and a bogey. So 3 under, 4 under, 5, 6, 5. So that's a 31 on the back. Wow, 67. It could have been so much better. Lee Song, that's going to leave him at 268 minus 12. Right? Let me see. 1, 2, 3 over, 2 over, 36. Even, 1 over, even, 1 over, 2 over, 3 over. Yeah, or 3 under, I mean. Yeah, so 3 under. So he's actually, yeah, he moves to minus 12. I didn't move the card yet, so Lee Song in the clubhouse. Cavallari out of contention. Neutral 2 is going to be a par. So a 37 for him on the back. That's a 71 on a course that seems to be playing relatively easy. And he ends up at 272, which is -8. And he'll finish out probably in about 18th, 17th position, probably. Would be my guess. Now, Martin Van Dyke at the 17th. What he needs to hope for is some kind of, he needs a roll that's going to get him an eagle and move him to -14, try and post a score -14, -15, and, wish Emmerich, ask Corbin Pope to pray that Emmerich stumbles, but, and he gets a 5, which is going to be course controlled 13. He's in the rough in 2. That's absolutely not what you want to have happen. Green 1, though, workman. No, he's not a workman. Gets strong applause. So we go to the strong applause chart, re-roll the white die, and see what kind of a chance he gets here for birdie. 2, it's going to be moderate, so it could be worse. Needs a 1 or a 2. And he birdies, so that's kind of a... he settles for a birdie. It could have been, he was looking for more, but he gets into a tie for second with that, so that's at least somewhat of a good option for him. So then Corbin Pope out of contention here at 17. Double cordial, well, semi-double cordial. We need to roll the decider die. It's not, it's going to be cordial. 5 is going to be a par. Just a moment. Happy to have four people tuned in on the channel here. Thanks for hanging out. It's a marathon session here, trying to get this entire final round in one sitting. So Heath Summers has the honor here at the 16th, sharing this group with Dustin Tamarack, the leader, who is 3 above everybody else. Summers in that group, 3 back. And it's going to be course control 23 in the rough in 2. This thing looks like it's just lining up to be Emmerich's first victory of the year, so, which is fine. Summers is not a master. He's going to have a difficult putt for par. Needs a 1 to 3, and he gets it. Par 16. Now Emmerich, he doesn't want to see that 5. He doesn't get it. He has extra control, so he gets 4 anyway on this hole. Only 1 degree of course control, 336. Is he hot? Dustin Emmerich has the decider die saying yes, he is hot. He'll get a blue chip as the gallery cheers. Another great tee shot. He is a champion, so he will have an easy birdie putt. He already had a blue chip anyway, but he's going to use the one. He's going to use either one, and that's going to leave him gimme. He's going to make -17 as long as he makes this. Oh, and he almost missed. Almost got a second bad roll on a high roll, but he gets it, and that is going to be back-to-back birdies. He is at -17 and is lapping the field now, 4 ahead of the closest competitors. And I'm going to have to do some further jiggling here of the leaderboard so we get this into perspective. And to be perfectly honest with the way this is going, heck, the sky is the limit for him. I mean, he is playing lights out right now. I might as well throw -18 out here. I think everything that has gone wrong is coming to roost today for Dustin Emmerich. All right, so you've got McAdams really the only guy who's got time left to catch him and in a position where he could catch him. So here's Trent Mcadams. Or no, this is Evan Aldrich, excuse me, on the 15th, the par 3. 56 golf cam course. Green 3, cordial no, daunting no. Well, he's going to need to get his full gold clutch putting to get a par, which he does. He'll get a useful blue chip to use down the final 3 holes that he has to play. Jason Huffman bogeyed 14. Pretty much ended his chances of catching Emmerich, I would say. 34, golf cam course, green 4, daunting no. He'll have a clutch putt for birdie, and he is 1-5. And he needs it, because that is a 5, and that will birdie, and that will move him back to -13 with, well, 3 to play, and there is an eagle hole out there, so not out of the question, but it's going to take a yeoman's effort, and not a yeoman that you find in this game. All right, so Case and Wong with steady pars here the last 6 holes has the honor as Trent Mcadams bogeyed 13. 1-1-6 for Case and Wong, and he has control with the white 2. Duffer, semi-duffer with a dot, that is unfortunate because that's going to give him a red chip and a gallery groans. He is semi-duffer, and the decider die tells the story. Green 1, is he a master? No. Easy putt for par. So you can't use the red chip right now, so he's got to take the easy putt for par. He makes it. Easy putt for par might be a chance some people would want to use a red chip, bleed it off, because you still have a pretty decent chance at making the moderate. Trent Mcadams, 1-3-3 for him. Can he find a birdie here and try and apply pressure? Yeoman or puny? No. Hacker? No. He'll have experience. He has icon, green 3, and he does have a blue chip. This should work out. He should get a gimme birdie, I would say, out of this most likely. Prospect, no. Easy putt for birdie. He'll use that blue chip. He's going to go to gimme birdie. He'll get to -14, barring the worst roll you can get. And he makes it. So he moves into second place, 3 back of Emmerich, who is just, again, like I said, lapping the field. So we can move, let's move these cards out of the way. They're kind of distracting me a little bit. Okay, and let's, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just to conserve a little bit of time here, we're going to make Case and Wong out of contention at this point. We're not going to be seeing him in the coverage here, so aside from just the quick roll. He is 8 behind Emmerich, and yeah, so that's how we're going to do it here. So, okay, to 18 with Van Dyke and Pope. So Wong has 4 more holes to play, and and he's 8 back. There's just no way he's that interesting at this point. So Van Dyke could join McAdams with a birdie here on this par 3, but he doesn't have any blue chips. He's just going to have to trust the dice. 12, rough in 1 with a green 4. It will be a moderate. You know, it's going to be, well, let me see, rough 1. It's going to leave him a moderate putt for par, right? Yeah, it didn't end up in 13 or 26. So moderate putt for par for Van Dyke to close it out. Needs a 1 to 5. And he does close it out. 4 under par on the back, 32 to go with a 1 over on the front. That makes a 67. Another guy that just could have done more. So Van Dyke started at 200, and so 267 minus 13. And he finishes right with Gareth Leonard. Yeah, well, we'll just do it like this. Actually, I guess what we can do is this. There. That'll work. Okay, Corbin Pope. Let's see what score he gets. This is a neutral hole with a 6. He ends up with another bogey, and he had 2 birdies early. 2 pars in this back 9, but 1 even, 1 even, +1, +2, +3, +4. That is a 40, 77. That is a disastrous 18 holes on. So that leaves him 277. That is -3. Whoa, he bottomed out big time. Okay. Take these guys out of the way. To 17. Dustin Emmerich with the tee here. I mean, he would love a white 6 right now. He would be tickled pink, I believe. Well, it's going to be off his card 136. I can't imagine there's anything off of his card that's going to nab him for anything. Is he a duffer or scattered? No, definitely not. Utility, no. Hero? He's not a hero either. He's going to have a moderate putt for birdie. He will just play it out here. Needs a 1 or a 2 for a birdie. It's that kind of day for Emmerich. It's in the hole. -18, and he still has a blue chip. This is a runaway victory. Heath Summers. We can just kind of fly through the rest of this. I feel like 115 is Summers, Yeoman, or Scatter? No. Champion, yes. That's going to give him another blue chip. And the gallery cheers with a green 1. This is not off the par 5 one. This is off the regular one. Champion, yes. Gimme putt for birdie. He'll have 2 blue chips to use on 18. And he'll jump to -14, barring 6s, and he makes it. So his front 9 is what really did him in. Even par, whereas Emmerich was 3 under, his playing partner. And, boy, it's looking good for Emmerich. He is definitely on fire. I've been waiting for this from him. I was expecting it all season that he would just start kind of doing this, and it never happened. He actually just seemed to get the worst luck most times. Jason Huffman at 16. 3, 4, 5. Like, I'm almost wondering if I'm playing him wrong. Like I'm doing stuff wrong with him. Okay, so he's going to get another bad drive. He's going to have gallery groans with a 3, 4, 5 off of his chart, and then a green 3. He's not a master, so he's going to have a moderate putt for par. 1 to 5. Easy bogey. Huffman just losing his focus right now, and he's going to bogey 16. -12, which is, I mean, this is like edge of contention, and he's still in maybe 7th place. Evan Aldrich. He gets he'll take a par here. He's not going to attack. He's just going to go ahead and take the blue chip and hold on to it for maybe evoking a birdie somehow. Okay, so to The 15th, it'll be Trent Mcadams, who birdied 14. He's in a dogfight right now with Heath Summers, trying to decide who's going to earn second place. This is not an easy hole. 35, golf cam course. That makes it a little better. Par 3, green 5, cordial no. Daunting no. Easy putt for par. Got to avoid the 6s, and he does. And now Case and Wong is out of contention. Normal 5 is going to be a par. Hate to take guys out of contention, but... Okay, so your leader, Dustin Tamarack, comes to the 18th. He's got a blue chip. And he is just going to hold on to it, maybe use it to improve a birdie putt. No water of circumstance. And he's got 3 chances because he's got the extra control. A white 6, and he is, he'll just, you know what, he's going to take his par. You know what, he's going to attack the green. He's got a good round going here. Let's see what happens. Par 3. Well, wait, we already know because it's a green 6. It's a double difficult birdie putt. He's taking his par. Never mind. You know what it is on a par 3. He's taking a par. That's it. 2 under, 3 under, 4 under, 5 under on the back. 31. So he matches Lee Song on the back 9. But 31, 30, 62. That's an 8 under par round. And that's 262 minus 18. If he doesn't win that, then somebody's written down the wrong scorecard. Oh, wait, we still got Summers to finish out. Summers, he had a nice back 9, too. He's at 4 under on the back. But let's see. He's going to use a blue chip to take control of the par 3. He's got champion irons and soft as well. 1, 3, 4. Can it dial up something here? Nope. Right now. Well, he's hot, so that's going to help, and it's going to ask if he's cold, and he's not cold. He is hot, so easy putt for birdie. He will use the blue chip, make it gimme, and that will lift him to minus 15, and that will finish it out. So 5 under on the back for him, 31. We got some nice low rounds on the back 9, 65, 5 under par for Summers, just not enough. 3 shots back of his playing competitor. So that's going to be 265 minus 15. And so that's that. I don't want to say that cements it, but it's pretty much a done deal at this point. It's gonna, you need like back-to-back eagles by somebody. Who? Trent Mcadams, I guess. And you know, you could see it happen, but it's not bloody likely. Okay, so Evan Aldrich here at 17 has 2 blue chips. 3, 4, 4. It's not yeoman or puny. Is he cold? He's not cold, so it's going to be mood. Doesn't have a mood. Green 4. He's going to check if he's sunny. He's not sunny, so double difficult putt for birdie. He's going to lag. And by lagging, he doesn't endure the effects of the mood. So now an easy par, which he almost misses, but does convert. Jason Huffman, so a disappointing par on a par 5. Could have moved him to moderate. 1 to 2 would have worked out for him, but it's going to be course controlled 15. Sand off the tee, green 6. About the worst you can have. Is he sandy? No. He's going to have an easy putt for par, but again, disappointing on a scoring hole. Double 1s. Could have come in handy for Aldrich. Okay, so Mcadams at 16. Last couple tournaments here have been a little on the anticlimactic side, but that's okay. 156, his control. Semi-bomber with a dot, so he's going to get a blue chip as he makes the gallery go wild. Green 1, champion. Well, he also has a dot for that as well, so it's going to be gimme birdie putt. So that's going to jump him up to Summers as long as he makes it. So he still has opportunities here. Trent Mcadams with a birdie, semi-daunting hole here for Case and Wong, and a 4 is going to be a par. Okay, so 2 groups left on the course. I think Emmerich, well, you know what? You can't say it because McAdams still has, he's got an eagle hole and he's got a birdie hole here at 18. So let's just calm down the chatter here. Evan Aldrich, par 3 18th. He's going to use one of his blue chips to take control of the hole. One, 2, 2 without the decider die. Let's see what that dials up here. Is he a hacker? No. So it's going to be a moderate putt for birdie. Make it easy. He just needs a 1 to 4 to finish it out with a birdie here. And it's in the hole. So Aldrich, he had a stretch of 5 pars in a row from 13 to 17, which pretty much sealed his fate here. 33 on the back, 3 under par. Not a bad back 9, but given everybody else was, and he also was 1 over on the front, so 68 on his round. So that's Aldrich. That's 268 minus 12. So he's there with Yunli Song, and his playing partner Jason Huffman will also be playing here. He doesn't have any blue chips, so he's just going to have to hope for a 1 or 2 on the white die. Yeah, difficult putt for birdie. Yeah, he'll try it here. You can't use that blue chip anyway. He's going to try and make the difficult putt for birdie with the green 4. Attack the green. Needs a 1. 1 is the only roll that can help him here. Oh, and he gets it. He is going to jump up to minus 13 and finish with Van Dyke and Leonard. Good putt. Nice finish to build on, even though it was an up and down round. It's like bogey par, or no, bogey birdie, par par, bogey birdie, par, par birdie. So even par on the back. 68 on his round, not too shabby, but 267 at minus 13 is not going to get the job done. And so the only guy left that can make a difference here is Trent Mcadams, and he is coming off a birdie, and this is a hole he could reach into with the right combo here. Can he do it and put the pressure on and see if maybe we have a tournament here? Here we go. 145 is the roll off his card. Is he a duffer? No. A hacker? No. Firm green? No. Golf cam green. Well, that's not going to be eagle. Par 5, green 5. Friendly? No. Friendly. We didn't have to use the decider die for him, so we can use it here. It is a friendly green. It's going to be a clutch putt for birdie. Well, he's just got to make this clutch putt. Yeah, he's gonna use the blue chip. Needs a 1 to 5, and he makes it. Should have just rolled it off, but he does get into second place. He's gonna need a miracle at 18. Now Case and Wong out of contention. Double cordial. Well, is it double cordial? No. So cordial 3 is a par. And so now these guys, Trent McAdams, Case, and Wong, come to 18. McAdams needs golfer control and probably a special result or some kind of really low roll on the other dice where it gets him a chance at a hole-in-one. Can he do it? He's not laser either, which really would help. And that's not the roll that he needs. That's going to get him... He could attack the green here for a double difficult birdie putt. He is at in second place alone. He is going to accept his par and call it a day. So 2 bogeys on the back really cost him this tournament, because that would have put him right with Emmerich. But even 1, 2, 3, so 33 on the back, 65, and that's 266. That's minus. That's not right. Wait, 260. Wait, hold on. Hold on. This is where it gets interesting. You sign the scorecard. So 65 and 199. That is 264. Minus 16. That is correct. So Dustin Emmerich is going to be your winner. Nothing that Case and Wong can do about it now. Dustin Emmerich being congratulated by his caddy, goes and hugs his family. Case and Wong is still trying to putt out here, and he is going to get a par to close out. A 9 par, back 9, 72 on his round. 271 minus 9, but Dustin Emmerich finally does it. We will write it here in the book. First place, Dustin Emmerich, with a total of 262. And instead of strokes back, I just put the score minus 18. Our target was minus 16. He exceeded that by 2 strokes. Trent Mcadams is the second place all by himself. He is left thinking about a couple of shots that went awry. Could have been what could have been. So Heath Summers in third. 265, correct. At minus 15, and I'll fill out the rest later. But that's your final leaderboard. You have 3 at minus 13. Huffman, Van Dyke, Leonard. Pretty strong leaderboard here. But Dustin Emmerich finally gets off the schneid. And that is the tournament. As Alan Shaw says, winner, winner, chicken dinner for Dustin Emmerich, the Brit. So, yeah, let me see. Do I have the... Yeah, let me get out the bio feature for him right here. I've talked it through before, but let's just mention it again. From England, he's 35 years old, possessor of broad skill set, makes every stroke look effortless, and he did that here today. A 62, you can't beat that. And, you know, we got it on video here, so you can... Now, one thing you could attest was the snafu in holes 11, 12, and 13 in that stretch where I kind of got out of order, but I really don't think there's any doubt that Dustin Emmerich had this one in the bag. He just powered through early, 2 birdies before we came on the air on 2 and 3, and then from that point forward, a birdie on 5. Then he kind of got a little quiet, parred out the rest of the 9 for a 31. But then on the back 9, he picked it back up again at 12 with an eagle. And then 3 birdies in a row on 15, 16, and 17 pretty much just made it academic at that point, barring some kind of meltdown. That was going to be it for him. So What? Get his money out. Yo, get your money out for the game. That's right. Oh, I mean, this is fun, and they had a convention going on. It's going on probably as we speak out there in the Mile High City. The Play.con, quite a it's I've seen them do tournaments in various cities too, or tournaments, or just meetups. Keith seems to really enjoy interacting with the customer base and those who have grown to like his games. So this is not any kind of bias towards him or anything. If the game wasn't fun, I would go find something else. But it is fun. It doesn't always come out the way you think it's going to. You don't get every tournament with guys shooting 8 under par in the final round. But, if you do get some surprises, and the surprises in the game are, just like in, when you watch a game of soccer. And speaking of which, England is probably going to kick off here in a couple hours. England and who did France beat? They beat Belgium. England and Belgium. Another. Well, it wasn't the Channel Cup match that England was hoping for, but they get another one that's pretty much a Channel Cup. But so it's already going on, losing 1-0 halftime to Belgium. So England is already behind. Of course, already England in the news here in the last couple days, depending on your political point of view, either championing the cause or being completely out of line, one or the other. Whatever your leaning is, that's fine. I don't want to make any statements about that, but England been in the news a lot lately with obviously some political figures meeting over the weekend. So, Phantomatic, I want to get some other. I think the Blast duo of games probably is a nice set to have as well. Whether it's whether you like hockey or soccer. I really think it seems like that can be second season is a marathon. And I do need to get back to playing some of those games. But I think the Blast, from what I've seen, what little I've seen of it, I haven't watched a lot, but it seems like that the rhythm of that game is a little more, probably even a little quicker than the History Maker baseball setup. I mean, obviously this tournament here is a marathon too. These tournaments, I mean, you can get a round of golf in with one foursome or whatever in about an hour and 15 probably. But tournaments take some time. But then again, what are we here for? Are we here to rush through something, or are we here to have fun and occupy time that frankly we could be spending doing a lot worse things in the world? So it's a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm going to go update my spreadsheet. It's nice to see Emmerich get into the win column, as he's kind of like the guy when you buy this set, this Pro National Golf set, you see his ranking, you say to yourself, you expect him to be winning. You expect him to be almost a Tiger Woods factor of golfer, and just hadn't had that yet. Hammer Time is not rushing for anything. Phantomatic, thank you for hanging in here this morning. I think you were here almost all the time, if not the whole time. I don't get to see when people leave or come in, but you were here at the beginning, and I'm seeing you at the end, so I'm assuming you stuck around for most of it. So I thank you for you and anybody else who I may do this in the future. It seems like it might be better to get one long video in rather than like spray out people's timelines with multiple videos. So anyway, 2 hours and 6 minutes in, we're going to close it out. Congratulations to Dustin Tamarack, finally a winner on the TGT. And next up is going to be the Championship of the UK. And I think we are going to do, I'm going to get back to Minnesota. So that's David Gray. He has created a Carnoustie
course, I'm going to use that. So I'm going to download it and print it out, and probably will, it might be a couple weekends until I get to that. We have to see what goes on. I've got stuff, I'm not going to be around next weekend, so I just have to see timing. But yes, good tournament completed. Got the rest of the day ahead of us, so let's enjoy it. If you get out your tabletop games, have fun with them. If you go out and enjoy the weather, go do that. And God bless everybody. Have a great day. And congrats to Emmerich again.